What is up, Toasty? Toasty. What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? Double Toast pre-show. Hopefully you guys had a great time with the watch party last night, watching that with Coleman. What's it called, Death Drug or something? The movie's ridiculous. But today, we're going to be talking about King Kong Lives, 1970s movie. I didn't know, but there's some titties in that movie.
I mean, it was the 70s. They could probably do whatever the fuck they wanted.
Yeah, but isn't that weird? It's like, dude, like, aren't kids watching this? It's like if My Joe Young came out and some girl's like, oh, fuck me, whatever. Well, it's like, hey, hold on.
Considering the fact that it was the 70s, did they even have a rating for it?
Huh, that's actually a pretty good question. Because I don't know.
I know they did it for video games. Specifically, yeah. I know they did not have one for video games at that time period.
Yeah, but, no, but Roxy, how's it going?
Well, I just saw Little Nicky for the first time. I really liked it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute too, because yeah, I fucking love that movie. I know people don't like Adam Sandler, and they're like, you know, that's one of the movies people bring up, like, oh, Adam Sandler's so stupid. Remember that Little Nicky? And I was like, dude, I love that Little Nicky Dicky. Like, I love that shit. It's great. Birdman and God, I did that's twice in a fucking row.
Yeah, Birdman in the chat, man. I hope he's doing okay.
Alan, can you please just change it to Alan so I'm not confused? Even though I probably still will be confused.
Is that really gonna help?
That's not gonna help.
You should change it to
Alan's in the chat. Hey, is that the Alan? You know, yeah, I think I know him.
There's so many Allens, there's so many Allies. Like, if I saw, like, someone named Allie in chat, I'd be like, oh, Allie, hey, how you doing? Oh, that's Alan. Well, fuck. So it is what it is.
What the fuck do you want my name to be?
I don't know, man. Maybe we should all just be Chat Attack. Chat Attack 1, Chat Attack 2, Chat Attack 3. Some shit.
Horrible idea.
It is a pretty bad idea. Mauricio, yeah, he's saying Little Nicky, incredible soundtrack. Pardon me while I burst. Well, that's the name of a song, by the way. He's not saying pardon him while he, you know, busts a nut in the chat or whatever. Because I'm not going to clean that up. But yeah, Mauricio in there. Adrian, hi everyone. Smiley face, heart. Edward is cool over there saying hello. Hello, how you doing to you, sir? What was the reason why you're watching Little Nicky, by the way, Rox?
Did you lose
it was free, and it popped up on my recommended on Tubi, and I'm like, oh shit, Nick talked about this, and I'm pretty sure Garrett and a bunch of other people did. I'm gonna sit down and watch it, and I liked it. Yeah. I like this shit. It's great. No,
it really is, because I'm going to talk about this shit for a minute. I fucking love this movie. I'm going to lower that sound, though, because right away, Little Nicky's like, hey, I got the pepper. By the way, too,
yeah, that voice the whole time. Oh, my God.
I know.
School of Hard Knocks, we're ready to rock.
Oh, yeah, POD, yup. Shit's amazing. But no, Josh, thank you for the bits, by the way, too. And now, fuck you, Josh. He just said so.
I mean, he's right.
No, he's not. Don't you?
That movie's fucking terrible.
No,
look,
I actually really
we all
like this.
enjoy swimming in garbage. Just we all have different tastes of garbage.
Because here's the thing, guys. So you're probably looking at this and you're wondering, like, okay, well, you know, it's just called Little Nicky. It doesn't have really a whole lot of context, you know, in the title or whatever. And that's actually pretty much a good thing. Because for me, when I was a kid, I was like, dude, like, this shit looks kind of silly. It's called Little Nicky. He has this crazy fucking hairdo. Maybe it's like Waterboy Part 2 or something really stupid. But the thing is, though, it's like, yeah, it's actually kind of crazy. The movie in the beginning takes place in hell. Little Nicky is the devil's son. He's just hanging out in his bedroom, just doing nothing, and he's such a meek person that the devil is like, I love my boy. He's so sweet and kind, but we are in hell, and he's not going to make a good devil. And the thing is, the devil's going to retire soon. So Little Nicky and his two big brothers, one being Tiny Lister, and I don't know the other guy, but Tiny Lister's Debo.
He just makes his face the whole time. Like, the whole time. I'm like, bro, what are you on?
That's fucking hilarious. That's so funny.
Like, I'm trying to, like, angle it because I got enough hair, and I'm trying to, like, angle the face the whole time. Like, how does he talk?
I don't know.
Little Nicky.
My dad hit me hand the shovel.
That's a pretty good impression.
Dad. After doing the DT Band movie poll, more Adam Sandler movies should be an option. Yes, I agree. And yes, I would love to fucking. I thought you was gonna say I should be Little Nicky. But no, I love that movie. I think it's great. But you know, fuck you. Gene saying it's a Buster Sunday.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's fucking great, dude. Chicano Kid saying Little Nicky is such a good, terrible film. Because here's the thing, though. On that concept of just the fact that, you know, it takes place in hell, but then there's so much comedy, and Little Nicky's still such a chill, meek type of individual, I thought that was a pretty good combination of things. But what'd you feel about that, Roxy? Like, did it throw you off at all, just the concept and whatnot?
It threw me off a little bit because Garrett made me breakfast, and I'm trying to, like, eat breakfast and pay attention. But then once I actually, like, I watched it twice just to, like, see what I missed out on. But what I really like about this movie is the concept that they don't run away with the fact that, like, oh, hell is supposed to be bad and scary. No, like, they actually touch on the topic that, like, the ruler, Satan, of course, has to find a balance between heaven and hell. It's not just like, oh, we got to burn people. Like, no, sometimes people just get titties on their head because they don't pay attention.
Yep.
But then at the same time, if you harness the power of good and the butterflies within you, then, you know, good shit happens. I like that.
Yeah, me too. I even like how they kind of make heaven not so great. Like, it's just like this constant like, hey, it's pretty, everything's white, happy, 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 and it's like, oh,
including
it's
the women. I didn't see no people of color up there except chubs.
Yep.
But isn't Reese Witherspoon supposed to be like God or like one of the top angels or some shit?
Yeah, she's the mom. So essentially, the devil fucked an angel, and that's why little Nicky is this weird combination of good and bad. Because if he saves someone's life, which he ends up doing in a movie, he ends up going to heaven. He doesn't belong there, but his mom's there. So she's just like, you know, oh, I love my son. He's so great. But he's like, I have a duty like Doo-Doo Diaz. I need to get back into fucking Earth.
And who lost the bet and had to make that movie?
Well,
you know
what's funny? The guy who made it, I forgot the guy's name, but essentially, that guy is like a huge believer in God and Christ and everything. I forgot his fucking name. So someone in the chat, I don't know, you guys probably know.
Some guy named Jesus Christ.
The director?
I believe so, yeah.
Stephen Brill?
Yeah, I could have sworn he was like a big Jesus guy. I remember like that was like talks back in the day of like, I can't believe he would do something so terrible as to make hell look really fun. It's like, I'm sorry, even if he's saying it, I don't know what to tell you. Sponge saying it's scary on how accurate you sound like Lil Nicky.
It is kind of weird. Only because you're probably the only person I've ever met, but I guess besides Roxy, now that actually likes that movie.
Yeah, you gotta talk to more people that aren't trying to be cinephiles, man. This is fun shit.
No, that movie's actively terrible.
Dude, there's a part where he turns into a bunch of bugs and chases a bunch of people down the street. Dude, you know what's even funny? Or even funnier? Little Nico.
Little Nico.
That's what I call my dick. But at certain times, by the way. Damn it. But anyways.
Yeah, when it's hard.
Yeah. That. Well, no. That's. I mean, when.
Anyway, you can clip that one.
No, put it
Hey,
this
G,
way.
clip that one.
Put it this way. Would you rather have some pompous asshole friends that all they want to do is just have a dick measuring contest in regards to who knows more about cinema? Or would you rather have two chuckle fucks as friends that are about having a good ass fucking time?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
and don't
fine.
judge you for shit unless you
that's
fuck
fine.
up.
100%. This movie still sucks.
Not
like,
great.
I appreciate both of y'all as friends. This movie is terrible.
I love this fucking movie.
No, because like that's the thing. When I'm looking at something like this, you know, it's stupid, but at the same time, like it's almost like it's so stupid, but they have so much explanations for things that like every storyline, like you know, anchor point is essentially like contingent on something else that happened. It's like. You know when you watch Batman or you watch Mortal Kombat or you watch... Because I'm talking shit about my own stuff now, too. That's why I brought up Mortal Kombat. But there's always something in there that if you really pick apart, you're like, that does not make sense. That thing cancels out this other thing. Well, Little Nicky, whoever wrote this, paid attention to its own fucking material. Like, nothing here is like... Like, when he does superpowers like the soda thing, it's like... It's actually explained before he even does that he has this ability. That he's upgrading his abilities. It's almost like a video game when, like, you have to get experience points and upgrade your shit. Like, he has, like, devil powers that need to be worked out. You know, like, it's crazy. Like, there's a lot of things here, and it's so random and so magical, and we don't know shit about hell or demons or devils, but yet everything works in conjunction with each other. It's like, dude, fucking yes. Like, that's kind of great. You know?
When I woke up this morning, I did not think I would be talking about the plot consistencies of Little Nicky.
Yeah,
it has more consistencies than a lot of the so-called like Oscar-worthy films that I've seen out there that people love to tot around and about. You just look like a pompous asshole smelling your own fucking ass in front of everybody, but sure. I'm the bad guy because I fucking enjoy Little Nicky. Fuck off.
Y'all pick the weirdest hills to die on.
Says the king of dying on hills?
Yeah, that's why I'm an expert. This is a weird hill to die on.
Because God don't like you.
Mauricio, that's another movie I really liked he did too. He directed Ready to Rumble, and once again, I know it's a wrestling movie, and everyone's going to see that as context. Oh, Nick likes wrestling movies. But that movie is enjoyable by most like non-wrestling fans. I mean, I've showed the movie to 6 people that know nothing about wrestling, and that movie makes fun of wrestling, and yet it's still very, very good, and one of the best David Arquette things I've ever seen. Ready to Rumble is great. You guys should definitely go check that out. And thank you, Chicano Kid. Yes, it's definitely way more consistent than Zack Snyder's Justice League or the fucking one in 2017, but we'll get into that later. And yes, I am so sorry.
You will?
Oh yeah, because there's a big topic we're talking about that today.
Okay, I was like, we will?
Yeah, and by the way, too, on this, Roxy, I just want to apologize ahead of time for that because there's this big fucking trending thing going on. It even has a hashtag, and it's all about that fucking Justice League. So we'll talk about that later.
Oh, I thought we were gonna talk about Lil Nas X and everything going on between him because that shit's great.
I don't know anything about that, and at a certain point, I mean, we will talk about that soon after this. But it's like, once again, that dude had titties last week, and then he didn't. It's like that's fucking stupid too.
So did Bad Bunny.
Oh god, that whole wrestling thing with him too. Oh fucking, I can't.
And
stand
Steve Austin loves his bunny.
Oh, I love my bunny. Oh, it's so cute. I love it when I cuddle him. Like, anyways,
This man fucks up the accents of like every nation on the planet, but for some reason can nail Steve Austin and Little Nicky.
Dude,
You're pretty great at impressions, though. I'll give you that.
You know what I did
For
once?
2 people. Well, 3 if you count Arnold. But like when it comes to
Arnold,
this like action, he does the Arnold. This guy does the Arnold impression really well.
Yeah. No, thank you. Appreciate that. I'm not gonna do it now though, because everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, really?" And he folded their arms in the chat.
He's done it before randomly.
Yeah. No, I like to do it when I have sex. And... No, but anyways.
That's it. Poor Jet.
But yeah, dude. What you call? What was I gonna say? Oh no, like when I was a kid, dude. Like I used to try so much to be Stone Cold that like one time I bought black underwear. And like I had like my dad's knee brace that looked nothing like Stone Cold's knee brace, and I was just walking around. I was like, "Oh, look at me! I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin," just like walking around. And my friend was like, "Dude, this is fucking weird because I had the underwears on." So
hey man, you can be whatever fan stuff you want, but you gotta get some context. It's like, bro, why are you in your underwear with knee pads on?
I know. My knee hurts.
Yeah, like bro, like what?
Debo Jr., what's up, man? We're talking about you right now in the movie Little Nicky over here, Tiny Lister in hell, beating up fucking Little Nicky. Super Duper Lewin, hey, happy birthday! That's right, happy birthday to Yatsuba Fan. She's gonna be on the Sunday service today.
Happy birthday!
Yeah, Corey's gonna be calling her on either Discord or Skype, and they're gonna be doing like a whole like eating cake on camera thing. That's gonna be a weird situation, but hey, happy birthday to you, Yatsuba Fan. You have been a huge supporter of us for a very long time, and I really appreciate that. And you and your sister are really fucking cool, and it's really cool. I like seeing that going on. T was like, "That's my cake." It's my cake, punk. He just walks in. Debo just fucking up for cake.
No, funny thing is literally what? At this point, 12 hours ago, I saw The Dark Knight that had Debo in it.
You're right. At the end, I forgot about that. And he was like actually a nice guy. Like he's in the
He's legitimately like, for me, he stands out. Like I love that fucking movie, and every time I see him, I'm like, oh yeah, you're like one of the most compelling characters in this movie, and you have like 5 lines of dialogue.
The thing is, not to talk shit about Dark Knight, and we'll get back to Little Nicky right now, but it's like not to talk shit about Dark Knight, but that part was cool. But it would keep going from Debo and everyone dealing with that inside the wherever they are, the boat or ship, and then it goes right back to like Batman talking shit to an upside down Joker, like, and I love them. Great people are so fucking scrumptious.
The Batman voice is great for like 3 or 4 words at a time. As soon as he starts to do full sentences, it doesn't work out. It falls apart.
No, but
Martha!
I just want to see
where
Batman.
are they? Like when he goes, where are they? Like it's like, oh, okay, cool. You get that. The city just showed you it was willing to do. Good. Fuck. Give me 1 second, Joker.
Yeah, and it's almost like one of those things too. Like I almost wish that you can have like Batman, Christian Bale's Batman inside of like those Hallmark cards. Like it opens up and it's like, I just want to say happy birthday, take care,
is that
congratulations.
Someone in the chat let me know. Did Christian Bale do the voice, or that like post audio?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because I know for Bane, it had to be because people couldn't fucking understand him, so they had to actually like a lot of his voice is like after the fact.
That's even dumb too. Like, oh, let me tell you something about my weenus. Like, that was a fucking weird thing.
Like, yeah. It is, but like it's weird because I was talking with we were talking about this last night as we were watching it, and it's like as much as people make fun of the Batman voice, he's the only Batman voice you can do. You can kind of like jokingly do the Ben Affleck one of just Sylvester. Is she with you? Oh, she was with you.
Bust.
Let's do the Sylvester Stallone for Ben Affleck's Batman, but everyone else is like, you don't really get that.
Buster. I would love
to do with Bane. Like that became so iconic to that character that's his character now on the fucking Harley Quinn show.
So
Busta is pretty iconic.
The way we do this, by the way, guys, on the chat attack and the pre-show is that we're all over the place because we, once again, the chat, you guys are the show. So sometimes we're going to get a little sidetracked. But someone in the chat brought up this thing, Mystery of the Kingdom of God. But that was a terrible picture I took there.
Sorry, is this the animated ARC show?
Yeah, essentially, right? I think I fucked that up. Anyways, this is what I meant to say. Or a show. Man, I don't know if we'll watch this at some point. We might do a sub alert thing for this, but send this shit to Corey, guys, because this is probably pretty amazing.
Sorry, what the fuck is this? This looks like the fucking video game fucking poster for like a 2000s Flash game.
Yeah.
Is God a samurai?
I
What?
guess, yeah,
Look at
maybe.
his outfit.
Yeah, he looks like a bat. He looks like Alan. Look at Alan
Yeah.
under that crown. Like, come on, I'll fucking fight you.
That kid looks high as fuck.
He does.
Is that Jesus? Nah, bro, I think that's God.
Actually, bro, you know what he
No.
looks like he's doing? You know, male models do this. Like, okay, I'm gonna have you do it on screen right now, okay?
Oh god.
So while the camera's on you, kind of look up a little bit, like the sun's in your eyes, and I just want to see how it looks. Oh, say something
You
so I
look
can show you.
constipated.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have to kind of key that on me.
Yeah.
I've seen plenty of old people make that fucking face when they can't shit.
By the way, okay, no offense, Alan. You're the only dude who I've seen done that it didn't make you look better.
Aww.
So, moving on.
It hurts to laugh, but all I can do is just laugh.
Dude, it fucked up my whole point I was gonna make. Because I thought he was gonna look sexy as fuck, and it didn't.
Sorry, let me get some right lighting. Let me get an entire camera crew here.
Okay, you can have the better example, which is like his edit when he's on the bus and he has that fucking Hugo Boss perfume or whatever it was on the side of
That's
it.
true.
I
yeah.
love that photo. I really did. Like, I kept that up for like 2 years. Just because I was like, oh, it was something, I can't remember who fucking made it. It was like Daniel, I can't pronounce his last name, but Daniel Avuto. He just took that and he did a bunch of cool shit, and I kept it on there for like 2 years. People yelled at me, it's like, bro, it's not winter anymore. I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
But Citrata, thank you very much for telling me about that though, because I might actually check out the trailer or as well as watch the movie. But unfortunately, you did watch it, and he says legendarily bad. So thank you, Citrata. I really appreciate that. Christian saying, so today or tomorrow we're going to see that Godzilla vs. Kong review. Nice. That should be really cool. And thank you for them biddies.
Huh.
Thank you so much, and thank you for this other person. I think we got a follow. Sorry for it. Or no,
Oh,
that's
thank you.
for DT. Let me see. Lion Lightning, thank you so much, dude. Really appreciate that. As well as Laidback1203, appreciate that so much. Team Comp.
Interesting question that Brightburn brings up is can Dark Knight Rises be a standalone movie? I think it can. It's surprisingly enough, you can walk into the Dark Knight Rises, and as long as you just know Batman exists, the start of the movie essentially explains everything you know from the Dark Knight. So the first 40 minutes of that movie is a mix of is enough catch up with the Dark Knight to the rest of the plot of the movie, where as soon as you get that, it's like all you know is, hey, Rachel died because of the Joker bullshit, and Harvey Dent died as a result of these actions, and we lied about it. That's all you need to know from the Dark Knight, and they explain that within the first like 15 minutes. You could honestly walk into that movie without ever watching any of the priors.
Yeah, and really quick, I'm just going to do something real quick. Testing. There we go. The color changed. Man, I was getting sick of that fucking blue. I couldn't see shit. So, yeah, Mauricio, I did that on purpose, dude. It's just, yeah, blue with our background is trash, but that's one of the things that we're all working on, by the way, with your guys' support and just stuff that, like, Alan's donated Gunge and Roxy has donated Jet's doing. She's getting a lot of these things done. So, once again, Jet, I know you're not here. Hopefully you're watching, but thank you so much for helping me out with so much shit, and thank you, chat, for doing everything you guys are doing. And, sorry for it. Thank you for following on us on the chat tag now as opposed to Double Toasted, even though, I mean, it's 2 thank yous. I think it means something for both channels right now. But Dark Knight Rises, yeah, I kind of agree with you, man. I think that movie has enough going on for itself where it's like, you don't need to watch. I mean, for one, they barely bring up the Joker. Or the fucking, what's that dude who makes Batman see bats and shit?
Oh, yeah, no, Scarecrow's in it. He's in there
yeah.
for like a second. It's like a random. It's like basically the Dark Knight's a random cameo. It's like he's in at one point, like there's a some sort of like courtroom scene. It's like almost a cutaway, but it's very similar to Dark Knight, where it's like the character's just there and then he shows up. Like and plus even then it's like, who the fuck's that guy? It doesn't matter.
But by the way, speaking of movies that you can watch without having to watch anything else, back to Little Nicky, I will say that this movie is definitely one of those. Goddammit, I'm not gonna let go of this goddamn conversation.
I tried, guys. I tried to steer it away. The
But
Water
it's
Boy
great.
and Big
It's fun.
Daddy, bro. I'm laughing my ass off at the idea.
What was
of the
that
Water
last
Boy.
title again, Alan?
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
That's fucking funny. Looking over here like, oh fuck, Alan likes it. Oh.
Look at that, man! I swear to God, he's fucking with y'all. He does not like. He just made this piece of shit fucking movie. Oh, I make so much money because I'm Adam Sandler. I'm like, man, fuck this movie.
See, this is before he was like taking those vacations and doing a bunch of crazy shit. Oh, look at this Quentin Tarantino over there acting all crazy.
Wasn't this a start? Wait, Quentin Tarantino's in this movie? Oh, I didn't know
yeah,
that.
he plays this thing. He's like this reverend or preacher, someone who's like, "Oh, you make the Lord very nervous." Like, I fucking love that scene so much, dude. But yeah, for me personally, I know it's like not, I'm pretty sure Roxy didn't want to review it, but it's like, no, we're never gonna fucking touch on this again, so I'm reviewing this shit.
Yeah.
I think, and I guess I'll wrap it up here. But you can say whatever the fuck you want after me, but like for me, I just think that like, yeah, this is one of those like 4 out of 5 movies, and not to say like, oh, like it's a real official rating of Cat Attack, whatever, but it's just like, dude, like people talk shit about this, but sometimes you need really simple, funny movies like this that's also gives you something to kind of think about too. I mean, they put so much work in it too. They made a hell, and they made a heaven, and they do shit on Earth, and then it's like a whole post-apocalyptic. The hell's coming out of the ground and taking over New York City. There's a lot of things they're doing here, and it's all for just jokes. Like, fuck yeah, that's awesome. Like, you know, most movies that are about hell or whatever don't even do that much work, and this did, and it's just for jokes, and that's effort, man. I love movies that give me effort. 4 out of 5 for me. Adam Sandler, you are the shit. This is one of my favorite fucking Adam Sandler movies. Great soundtrack. Great side characters. Oh, so great. Roxy, what do you feel?
Same. Every fucking thing you just said. But honestly, the real big thing that stuck with me is that if you think about it, more often than not, how many films do you know are about hell and it's always depressing? People are dying. It's always the same shit. Oh, there's no hope. Hell is so depressing. Like,
I mean, yeah.
No. Like, we're literally showing you that there is good and there is evil in this world, in this planet, every fucking where. And the devil isn't just out to get you constantly. He's literally there to keep the balance of good and evil. He made hell look fun, just like Lil Nas X. Mm-hmm. Hell is fucking fun, y'all.
Oh my God.
We learn lessons out here. The soundtrack's great. Everything was fucking great about this movie. I fucking love it. And you know what, matter of fact, I know someone who watched like fucking Snyder Cut like 17 times. I'd rather watch this 17 times, honestly.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, it would take less time to do it. You know, you watch Zack Snyder 17 times, you might be fucking dead, or at least your grandma is. But over here, it's like you can watch it and then just, you know, now it's Tuesday. You know, so I like that. Honeydew saying, what are you guys talking about? This movie fucking stinks.
Thank you! Fucking Christ! I feel like I just walked into the Twilight Zone.
It's fun. The beginning is funny with the horny bird guy going, how, oh man, you better be glad Gary's on here because he made a thing.
I'm about to fucking say, oh my fucking
No, he already made it.
You're a psychopath.
At least I know what the fuck I'm about, and I'm not like you flip-flopping bitches out here.
Bad boy saying, Little Nicky's 100 minutes of puppies being tortured. Fuck this movie. Is it? I don't think...
Just puppies being tortured in that movie? I don't remember
that. What's her face had a puppy phone.
Yeah. I'm so...
I forgot her name, but she's in Legally Blonde. I can't think of her name right now. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, maybe it's been a while since I watched it.
I don't remember that at all because I think the movie is just none of the jokes are funny. Nothing, everything that they said is flipping the complete opposite of everything they said. I don't think any of that is in there, but whatever, to each their own. But like, I wouldn't have finished the movie if there was dog torture because there's a reason I never finished watching the first Anchorman.
I mean, the only thing I don't like
dog torture in it. Not at all.
Well, there is one point though where the dog fucks the other dog and it's like, you know, yes, say thank you, Mr. Beefy. Call me Mr. Beefy. Okay, Mr. Beefy.
Oh man, Honey's like, y'all probably like Grown Ups too. No, Grown Ups 2 is some trash.
By the way, Richard Cat never finished watching the first Anchorman and say what? No, so can I say what I'm about to say? That's pretty. Oh, you do it, Alan, if you comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. So the reason I said that I never finished it is because there's about, I don't know if it's halfway or 2/3 of the movie. It's when his life's falling apart and everything's kind of fucking up. And like he throws the burrito out the window, fucks up Jack Black's bike, and then kicks his fucking dog off the fucking bridge. And I was so distraught. Like, do not fuck with animals, especially in a comedy sense. Like, no, I was fucking sad. I was fuming. And I never watched it. It wasn't until literally years later that someone told me the rest of that movie.
Yeah, because that part was one of my favorite parts. Because I know they weren't gonna kill the dog. That would be.
I didn't know it's a comedy. They do stupid shit in comedies. I fucking legitimately hate Dumb and Dumber for the fucking dead bird scene.
Oh, that part's funny as fuck.
Yeah, again, dead animals in comedies piss me the fuck off.
Polly want a cracker with his broken fucking neck.
Pretty bird.
Yeah.
That's fucking Alan.
I fucking hate you both right now so much. Malibu's Most Wanted. What's wait?
I barely remember Malibu's Most
I
Wanted.
love that movie. It's bad. I enjoyed it as a kid.
I don't even know. I don't know anything about this movie.
You'll remember it if you start seeing clips of this. It's like basically it's no, but make a joke for some particular in the chat that we know.
Doesn't he play the same character in fucking Kicking It Old School? Because they both dress the same.
I never saw that. I never saw that. But with the movies, like this guy's like the whitest guy in the fucking world, but he's super into rap. Like he acts gangster and all that shit. So his dad basically hires a bunch of actors that are black to basically act like hardcore gangsters and take him for like a day in the hood. To like try to scare him into being more white. It's a fucking terrible movie, but it is like one of those things where it's like I can't believe this exists. Like how bad it is.
No, because didn't Kevin Hart do something like that recently with
Get Hard.
Yep, exactly. That's what it was. Yeah, or Josh Gad. I said James Gad, but no, Josh Gad. Dude, yeah, like I kind of like stupid shit like that, to be honest. I don't know why.
No. Honestly, I think you particularly for Malibu's Most Wanted, I think you would hate it because like there's somebody like you like, oh, that acts exactly like that guy.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. You know, that's not what I call him out in the chat.
But Jamie Kennedy over here, dude. I just saw something with him recently that it was like some big fucking. I forgot what it was about. But the thing is, though, is like this guy. I've always known him from just being on Scream, when he was a guy who's like, everybody is a suspect. Remember that fucking dude who like nerds out? He's like a huge horror fan. But anyways, yeah, like it's weird to see him in other things, and I'm like, God damn, dude, like you were built to be this fucking character, like just with that hair and that goofy ass, like no offense to any white people out there, but just the whole like slimming him, fucking like, yo, what's up, guys? How you doing? So yeah, but Jimmy Kennedy, man, that's a name I'm never gonna talk about again on this fucking show, most likely.
And neither will anyone in Hollywood.
But anyways, man, let's go ahead and start getting into some nerdy stuff, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Woo, yeah.
Woo!
Hey, you guys got to talk about You guys got to talk about Little Nicky for like 20 minutes.
That's true.
Yeah, and y'all talk about fucking Justice League, Snyder cut, PP cut, whatever the fuck, uncut for like 10 fucking days. But God forbid we have a little bit of fucking fun with Little Nicky.
Yep, perfectly balanced.
But to bring this up, man, I gotta tell you right away, it's like when we're about to bring this up, because like I've been trying to get Jet and Alan and a few other people to watch The King of Staten Island, and it's funny that like every time I bring up this guy, everyone's like, I'm not gonna watch this, fuck you, blah blah blah, this shit's terrible, and then all of a sudden you get Pete Davidson over here, and now all of a sudden it's okay, it's good comic book shit, and then we got this stupid shit over here. And then later on in the fucking trailer, we got a big-ass shark eating people in the worst CGI fucking possible. And then it's like, hey, guys, I know I bring up John Cena and wrestling a lot. No one ever gives a fuck. Oh, but John Cena's in some comic book shit. Now it's okay. He has a fucking stupid suit on. Like, I gotta tell you guys, like, man, as long as you put a comic book fucking thingy on this, it's always just okay just because of that. And I'm telling you, like, I hate this trailer. I just warn you guys right now, I fucking despise this goddamn trailer. Just the aspect that 2017 is happening all over again in 2021. We just got the Snyder Cut. Now we got another Suicide Squad. Are we going to make, like, Batman v Superman Ultra? Like, what the fuck? Like, are we gonna do
fucking agree 100% with Debo Jr. I fucking hate King Shark.
Yes, but comment down with the language, though. We don't put the... Yeah, you can't say
the R word. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so yeah. No, and Debo, we're not going to, like, talk shit to you or stop you or anything, but it's just, at the same time, like, let's make
take it
careful.
Easy.
But the thing is, though, it's like, yeah, dude, like, as far as, like, that whole thing with 2017 pretty much happening over and over again, I do think that, like, this looks better than the other Suicide Squad, yes. But, like, are we really basing that off of, like, oh, man, like, that means this is good then, because the other one was so bad that just being better, now it's just great. It's like, I don't know, but, I did you watch this whole trailer, Roxy?
Yes, I did. I watched it at work when I had a small little break.
Yeah, so...
I fucking hated King Shark in this trailer. Y'all went so fucking hard on Batman and Robin's version of Bane. But because it's a fucking shark and because of its predecessor, Suicide Squad, everyone's like, oh my god, yes, it's great. Because he's big and he gotta be dumb. No! Y'all are fucking terrible! And Afternoon Toon, I fucking loved King Shark on the animated series.
Yeah, he was great.
I loved King Shark. I could not get enough of King Shark in the animated series.
But like
that's what I was hoping for in terms of him being in this movie. Not exactly, but like similar vein, at least kind of similar concepts, you know. But I can't stand the fucking Bane shark.
yeah.
How low of a bar do we have that literally you could just look at the trailer and be like, it's not that other thing, so this is gonna be fan-fucking-tastic. The bar is already so fucking low.
And here's the biggest thing about this suit that really pissed me the fuck off. It's like, and once again, everyone talks shit about like, you know, when comic movies come out, oh, that was 10 minutes too long, this was too much, oh, but 4 hours, Zack Snyder, that's cool. But then we get this, and it's like, okay, King Shark looks stupid as fuck, right? And I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and put it right back on this fucking guy, because he's dumb too, like just the way he talks. I mean, that's also annoying. He looks like that. Didn't we forget that 2 years ago you guys freaked the fuck out about this? Sonic? Oh, but King Shark looks great, right? Anyways, I'm gonna have you respond to that while I answer Corey's call. I'll be right back. But this is bullshit, guys.
Well, again, King Shark's always had multiple different designs that just make the guy look like a shark. Sonic is a classic beloved character, which, I mean, I never liked his design in the first place, but they completely just didn't even come close to the original design. King Shark's, yeah, he's a big, dumb shark. It's weird because, like, I want to come in here and, it's like, agree with a lot of what they're saying, but at the end of it, I can't believe I say that I enjoyed this trailer more than I thought I would, because I honestly was just like, I don't want to watch it because I have a lot of issues with James Gunn just as a person, especially with a lot of the controversy that happened years ago. And I know everyone's forgiven him because of whatever the fuck reason. But I'm just like, look, I don't like that. I do not like Pete Davidson as a person. I think Pete Davidson is a horrible person. And I legitimately just hope he's just one of the random characters that gets murdered in this. Because it's Suicide Squad and it's R rating, so they're going to kill a couple of the cast members. I hope Pete Davidson is one of the first ones. But at the end of it, it's like, it's like weird. I didn't like the music choices, but at the end of it, there was that scene in the car, and I know Nick like said he hated it, but like him kind of just, you know, John Cena talking to Rick Flag and Idris Elba. I was like, I like the chemistry. I was like, wow, this is good. This was a lot better than I felt that Suicide Squad was there, where it's like it had some stuff going on, but you never felt that the cast had any chemistry in that original one. It was just make it look like the Suicide Squad, and then we're done. Get Will Smith and Margot Robbie to sell the movie, and we're done. But this one's like, we're going to put a little bit of effort into it. But it just always bothers me that every single comment thing is like, it looks fun, it looks fun, it looks fun. I'm like, it does. It's Guardians of the Galaxy with an R rating. But at the end of it, it's just like jokey superheroes always bother me. Like, we got to make everything a joke. And I get, like, yeah, literally the stark opposite is Suicide Squad, where everything's so dark and serious. And it's like, that's not good either. You know, there needs to be a nice balance. But I'm not sure if this movie's going to reach it. But at the end of it, like, I wish Pete Davidson wasn't in it, because I'll be like, maybe I'll watch it. But Pete Davidson's in it. I'm like, bro, I hate you as a person. Legitimately, I hate you as a person. I don't ever want to see you on screen. Unless someone can spoil it for me. Feel free to spoil it for me at some point as the movie comes out. If Pete Davidson dies in it, I will watch that fucking movie.
Because I'm looking at this, too, and like another person I get sick of, and look, she's beautiful. You know, I checked her out a bunch in the original Suicide Squad. I think she's a great actress. There's a lot of things I can say good about Margot Robbie. Yeah. But this character needs to stop. I'm so sick of her cutesy fucking like, you know, I need to be helped. Like, dude, like to steal a line from Roxy, you pick me ass bitch. Like, I cannot. I'm seriously. I'm so fucking sick of Harley Quinn. This version of her, because the show is cool. The cartoon, I like the cartoon. But this, I mean, is anyone okay with this? Like, why is no one else more irritated? Is this, oh, you want to fuck her, so now it's just okay that she's annoying like this? Like, it's the same goddamn thing over and over again.
I mean, Birds of Prey I love the Birds of Prey movie. I think the movie is fantastic. You had the characters just kind of doing, you know, the Deadpool thing, but I thought the action was really good. And that's one of the things that I noticed where they're doing a lot of shots here. I'm like, oh, the action looks kind of cool. And I feel like King Shark's entire existence is to make this like, don't worry, guys, this is a hard R. Like, this isn't there's going to be a little bit of blood and we'll call it rated R. It's like, no, they're straight up like, no, we're getting R rating, y'all. Like, we're not hiding this shit.
Yeah, and like another thing too, people were talking about James Gunn, like, oh, we want to do this, we want to do that, and I just skipped it right now. I'll rewind it in a minute, but like, they even got Michael Rooker, aka Meryl from Walking Dead, aka Blue Guy from Guardians, and it's like, dude, can we? You guys are just gonna. I mean, is Suicide Squad 2 gonna have Batista in it? You know, like, are we gonna get?
I mean, maybe. I'm sure he probably would want to. He's working with Zack Snyder right now, so maybe.
They paid good money for Mike Myers to appear in that trailer. He's just sitting there in his Cat in the Hat costume, licking the door. So maybe that's where a lot of the money went.
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about? I was so confused. He said Mike Myers. I was like, Halloween?
That's Mike
really?
Myers. Mike Myers from Cat in the Hat.
I hear Mike Myers right now. I don't even think about the comedian. I think about the Halloween movies.
Yeah, and then like another thing too, guys. Once again, and I don't know they're gonna fall into a Black Widow situation, but you know, Suicide Squad. Most of these guys are probably gonna die. John Cena's on here. I don't know if he's gonna die or not, but like this guy, the Peacemaker, whatever his fucking name is, he has his own show already being made right now. So it's like, okay, so like when that show comes out, is it gonna be a boring ass show because now we already know his fate, or is he super safe in this movie because he's gonna get a show?
I'm thinking right now, John Cena. It's like he's a big like no one in this movie. It's not like Will Smith was like, okay, there's no fucking way they're gonna kill Will Smith. That'd be fucking crazy. But like everyone in here feels expendable. Like Pete Davidson is wearing Crocs and like a shitty ass helmet. They could easily wipe him out either in some comedic way or a fucking shootout. King Shark, maybe they'll keep him around because like, oh, funny CGI character. I think they're gonna kill Idris Elba because they put him in a full mask. They're willing to cover his face up. I'm like, they could easily wipe him out because Idris Elba, people know him and he's popular, but he's not like the biggest star in the world where it's like, oh no, we can't possibly do that. It's like, no, they've killed him in plenty of movies before, so it's like they could easily get rid of him. Margot Robbie, she's fucking safe. There's no fucking way they're killing Harley Quinn. Like, holy shit, that woman could fucking be in a nuclear explosion and still walk away.
Yeah, once again, I know people are like in the chat, Max Popro, he's just like, Nick is writing about Michael Rooker. What other stretch will he do? Taking all bets. It's like,
Michael Rooker, maybe it's just weird because like when you watch the original Suicide Squad, like I expected a couple of them to get wiped out, but almost nobody did. But like, please, I will give this movie all the money in the world if you do one thing for me. One thing, not even kill Pete Davidson. You can let him live for this one moment. With one moment, kill Captain Boomerang. Somebody explain to me. I want an explanation. Who the fuck likes Captain Boomerang? Why is he a prolific character? Why is he in every single fucking one of these interpretations? Who actually likes that character? John Courtney's one of the worst actors in Hollywood, but for some fucking reason people forgive him in this because he's Australian and the character's Australian. That character has done nothing in his entire career. Sorry, Nick.
Gravity Gray in the YouTube chat, I just want to make sure to bring this up because I didn't see that they said this comment before. Streamlabs fucks up, guys, and doesn't tell them when YouTube comments sometimes. But Gravity Gray, I wanted to ask you, Alan, why do you hate Pete Davidson?
Oh, I mentioned earlier his incredibly racist offensive comedy. Like he has people sign NDAs during his comedy shows so that they don't say what they heard because he's just like, oh, I'm gonna be one of those shock comics where I just say whatever the fuck I want and who cares about your feelings and stuff like that. And the fact that he still has work and everything, I'm like, bro, like, why are you still allowed to work?
Oh shit. Okay, and really quick, so I'm not gonna reiterate this a whole bunch of times, guys. But as you guys can see, Double Toasted's internet's fucked up again, and he just paid $200 to upgrade Spectrum's internet. He just did this like 2 days ago. So
I thought he fixed the problem. Wasn't he streaming last day or so?
Mm-hmm. Yep. But once again, these companies, people, if you guys don't get mad enough, they will fuck you. Corey literally just spent $200 at 4 o'clock in the morning to upgrade the internet. So yeah, fucking crazy, dude. I don't know what the hell's going on. But sorry about this, guys. I don't know what the fuck is going to happen with this. But, you guys can hang out with us, have some fun with us and whatnot. But, Jesus Christ.
And I can continue yelling at how Captain Boomerang is one of the stupidest characters in comics.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, Spectrum be fucking up.
They really do, man. It's fucking bullshit, man.
Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous. Like I thought I got this problem fixed a couple of days ago because I'm like I didn't hear about it for like days.
Well, it actually happened during the show yesterday too. When he was doing a watch party, which is a Patreon exclusive, I actually had to call him and be like, "Hey, dude, you're not even on." He's like, "Dude, what the fuck?" Like Corey just been fucking losing his mind and shit. But I get it.
He's losing money. He's losing a lot of money.
Yeah, this is not fair. Honestly, like Corey should just fucking. Like, can you sue somebody for like they literally are just like charging a shit ton of money and doing all this shit and like the amount of loss of profit.
Capitalism, honey.
You technically can. You technically can. If you're able to prove that the services, if you're able to prove that the service interruption was solely on their end, you could sue them for loss of revenue.
But do you have the time and efforts and most importantly, money?
Exactly. Time, effort, money. The three fucking things you need. A good lawyer, number 4. And it's like at the end of the day, it's like it would take him so long in court that it might not ever be worth it. Like at the end of the situation, it's like he just has to just hope it works out.
Yeah, but the only reason I brought that up because we will continue doing our show and everything too. But I just want you guys to know that we're not like ignoring what you guys are saying here or whatever. But we're not gonna talk about that too much more. But if it keeps fucking up and shuts off again, I'm just gonna host us on their channel, keep you guys somewhat entertained. And I know you guys are like, man, you guys are cynical and this shit sucks. But hey, that's the problem with you motherfucking internet comic book fans. You guys get mad about shit. I'm sorry, not everyone likes the same fucking thing. But I mean, look, to change it up a little bit and to say, hey, you know what, like maybe I can give this a little bit of credit. The only credit I can give it is like, dude, there's gonna be lots of action, and that's what we want out of this thing, right? Suicide Squad. I want to see people explode, die, shoot, kill, whatever the fuck. This might do that. It's not taking itself as serious as Justice League. And by the way, like, they know this shit looks bad. They have to know. With Zack Snyder's Justice League, the trailer was like, hallelujah, Zack Snyder is God. And it's like, you know what, I'm glad.
But doesn't you can tell that they're not taking themselves as seriously, so that's probably why it's like it's not as heavy, so you can kind of go into it and just like, it's not. But at the end of it, it's like not taking yourself seriously. To me, it's just an excuse to be dumb on purpose. And it's like you can have stuff that's not super. It's not like I feel like people say it's like black and white. It's either the darkest thing in the world or it's having a lucky time. It's like you can have a mix of both.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. But yeah, Suicide Squad is going to come out eventually, and it's going to be, we're going to watch, obviously. I have to watch for the show, but I think for the most part, even if you don't like Pete Davidson, there's enough here for you that you're going to watch it. And I'm sure, even Rock's going to be like, you know what? If I got some free time and I'm not working 2 fucking jobs and doing other shit, maybe I'll watch it.
Well,
and
I'm a little hopeful, I guess.
I don't want to support Pete. I literally just don't want to have that. I know that guy already got paid and everything, and my dollar doesn't matter. But I just don't want my dollar to end up in that dude's pocket. Like, legitimately, like, fuck that dude. I want to throw a pie at him. Legitimately, if I ever see him, I'm just going to throw a pie at him.
He's done a lot of shady shit to the women he's dated.
That too.
I will say that. But I haven't seen The King of Staten Island. All I know is that this dude does stand-up comedy, and his dating history is fucking terrible. Not in the sense of people who he dated, but the things that he did to those women is pretty fucked.
Yeah.
But in regards to me being hopeful, at least having some kind of little hope for this movie, it does look like a nice little balance of fun and violence, which is what I've been looking for. But I'm really hoping, like, me personally, I love Harley Quinn as a character. I love seeing her growth and progression throughout the comics. But we've also had way too much fucking Harley exposure. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And I really hope that they go for more of the comic book route / the recent animated series that came out. Like her actually growing as a person, finding out certain things about herself and what she needs to work on, and actually being strong and not this like, okay, we gotta have the hot thing to look at the screen now, which is what they did to her in fucking Suicide Squad. So in terms of character progression, that's what I want.
Yeah.
At least with this one, it's like, oh, hey, we gotta go save her. Guys, I'm good. Like, I already walked out.
Like,
that's kind of
feel
nice.
bad. Like, oh, that's sweet. Like, y'all care about me. Y'all wanted to save me. I know you went through all this effort. You want me to go back?
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's chemistry between the cast members, which honestly, at the end of the day, no matter how shitty your fucking movie is, if you like the people on screen and talking to people on screen, you'll sit through anything.
Yeah. No, essentially, too. Like, I mean, I once again, super agree. And I'm not trying to be as cynical as to be like, this is going to be some bullshit. It's just like, dude, if the shit's not funny, what I saw, people are like, oh my God, Cena's so hilarious. The part where he talks about he would suck a bunch of dicks. Yeah, I've seen, like, people, like, really praising Cena. And I'm like, dude, I am a huge Cena follower. I have his very first match ever on tape, on VHS tape. I recorded his first fucking on-screen thing. And, like, dude, I don't even like him like that. And you guys are just like, well, big name says, I'll suck dicks or whatever. I forgot what the line is in that trailer. He's like,
I remember. I don't know why I remember it exactly. It's like, some guy goes, eat a dick. It's like, well, if this island was planted with a bunch of dicks, and someone told me I had to eat them for liberty, I would eat every goddamn one of them.
yeah, it's like, what kind of stupid comment is that? Like, and there's like a part 2, not to keep, and now we get back into cynicism, but like, at the end, Harley Quinn is like, it's rain. It's like angels are splooging on us. Is that for all the dudes that are like, oh my God, I want to come on Harley Quinn. Oh yeah. And it's like, a splooge on my face. It's like you got your dick, and it's like, come on, dude. Like, really? Are we that fucking immature? Like that's a boring ass. That's a very lazy fucking joke written. It's terrible. It's just to name drop splooge. Like,
actually, I thought they said smooch, like as in kissing.
No, not at all. Not the slightest.
I'm not gonna down this hill.
Yeah. Well, see, that's a rarity right there.
Yeah, that's growth and progression.
I pick my hills.
Yeah, progression.
Yeah.
Growth and shit.
We just got more progression than the entire DC universe, guys. So, speaking of that, I'm just gonna have. I'm just really curious what Alan's gonna think about this. Restore the Snyderverse, man. Apparently, the Snyderverse fans are review bombing Godzilla vs. Kong because they want attention.
What?
You guys need to pay attention to me because.
Bro!
Yeah.
Y'all got it! Like, y'all got the cut!
Well, no, not
good.
the cut. Not the cut. They want the storyline to continue because all that extra hours of shit that he put in Justice League, they want that to turn into other movies because they thought that the, fucking Joker thing was interesting and this other thing was interesting, blah, blah, blah. So they want to have them have all this. So, yeah. I mean, look, I'm going to be honest. I wouldn't mind the Snyderverse, but you don't go and review bomb people. Like, what the fuck is that? What does that even have to do with Kong vs. Skull Island?
Well, because essentially they're thinking if they fuck over HBO Max's other projects, and because that's essentially coming out, like it's technically international. It's been international for a couple days now, but it's like actually gonna drop in like what 3-4 days.
Yeah.
So like, well, hey, if we fuck with the bottom line, it's like threatening them, like, oh, if you guys don't give us what we want, we're gonna fuck your Metacritic and IMDb scores, which means you'll lose money. And it's like, it's ridiculous. Like y'all got what you wanted. Y'all got the fucking cut. You got the actual movie. It actually be pretty decent. So all the people are like, this is gonna be the worst movie of all time. You can basically tell, no, this is actually pretty fucking good. So it's like, you got what you wanted. Zack Snyder is like not gonna do these fucking movies. Nor should he.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the movie. I'm the only one in the chat that enjoyed it. I seen it twice. I don't want more Zack Snyder movies.
By the way, guys, so I want to put this out there because Leo Silver and everybody's typing in another thing over here. So really quick, this is going to be my last reiteration because I am hosting this now over there on the Chat Tech, or not Chat Tech, the Double Toasted Twitch. It's so confusing, guys. But apparently Corey is not going to be continuing the show because the internet fucked up. We'll probably keep saying this every like 10 minutes to let you guys know. But follow us right now if you guys can, not just for analytical reasons that actually helps us out and everything, which I do appreciate that too. But if you guys follow, then we'll be able to actually let you guys know when we start. I can even do updates, even have Corey join us on the show to let you guys know what's going to happen. So definitely just stick with us. We can probably keep you guys entertained. Right now we're talking about the Snyderverse and the whole restoring of the Snyderverse that people are kind of going nuts about. Yeah. But essentially, yeah, there's not going to be a Sunday service. He's going to record it ahead of time and then upload the topics on tomorrow's YouTube whole algorithm thing. So, yeah. Aside from that, too, Aubrey James saying, did you read the script for Justice League 2? Snyder is going to chuck Superman and have Bruce and Lois be in a relationship. Oh! Dude,
what the fuck?
I heard about it.
Alan, did I not say this? Did I not say this?
So you like Zack Snyder now? Okay, got it. Cool.
No. That would be terrible.
I win.
How
I win. I always win. This is how I win.
I think it's fucking hilarious that fucking like superhero fans are just like, hey, we're not that bad. At least we're not the Star Wars guys. Y'all are literally the same as the Star Wars guys. All y'all fucking terrible. Yep. And before I start hearing these little, oh, not all Star Wars fans or not all Marvel fans, DC fans are like this. If we're not talking about you, you got nothing to worry about.
That's true.
Yeah. No, Star Wars fans are way worse. I'll stand all down that hill.
Me too. Yeah,
y'all
like their own shit.
Terrible.
Yeah.
How many people of color have the Marvel?
And here we go again.
Got rid of?
Chris, I'm not fucking Jet. I'm Roxy, bitch.
That's Roxy.
Wait, did Chris get y'all mixed up?
Yeah.
Which one?
Chris, you talked to them in the after hours. How did you not know?
That's not wrong. That's hilarious. Unless Jet said something up. Nope. Jet did not say a goddamn thing prior to that comment.
Chris, man. I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of people watching right now, so you're probably looking kind of stupid. But like, goddamn, dude, like that's a very basic amount of paying attention. Holy fuck.
No. By the way, I want to point something out. If you are on a podcast and there are multiple female characters, hell, even one female voice on there, and you're not 100% sure who that voice is, go. She's not wrong, they're not wrong. That's way. Yeah. That's all you gotta do, easily. If you confuse me and Nick for some fucking reason, you're like, oh yeah, man, the loud motherfucker's not wrong. And me and Nick will argue which one of us it is.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. But you know what's funny, though? This doesn't bode well for dudes because, like, I've watched other shit. Like, I watched Kind of Funny Games, which, by the way, those guys are great. You guys should check them out. They're on Twitch. But there was 2 girls on there, and the guys kept getting mixed up, and I'm like, dude, do you guys talk to girls so little that every girl is just the same fucking person? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
It probably is. Again, this is unfortunately when it comes to a lot of comic book and video game culture, is a situation where it's primarily male dominated. So you very rarely see women in it because of just how fans tend to be, or just the gatekeeping. There's a lot of or even it just doesn't appeal to them in the same way it appeals to us. So it's like it's extremely difficult. So it's rare when that happens. I always appreciate when it does. But it's like, okay, cool, you're breaking that kind of barrier. So I'm glad Roxy's here putting up with this bullshit. Because it's like, yeah, you need more people that are at least willing to be okay with that to let more and more people in.
Yeah, and sorry for us. It just says that we hate if you call us by the wrong name. Yeah, that's another thing, too. Which we've actually had that within our own chat tag universe here. Like, we'll be hanging out, and then, like, somebody... Or I'm not going to say who it is, and Roxy, don't say who it is either, because I don't want to make anyone feel bad. But there'll be someone who calls somebody else, someone they're dating, by the wrong name. And it's like, oh, fuck. Like, how dare you fucking tell me? So yeah, guys, I don't know.
Yep.
I will say though, I completely think that Roxy and Ellen do not sound the same.
Who? Roxy? Me? What? No.
No, dude. That's what I'm referring to. Someone actually got you two mixed up.
How?
I don't know how.
Why?
I don't know. Why?
Fuck you, Roxy. Fuck you, Roxy.
That's ridiculous.
I love you too, Alex.
Kirk in the double toast in chat, he says that the chick with the beard is cute.
Oh, hey, you got a
Bro.
compliment though, Alan.
There you go, man.
I
Kirk
like
wants
my
to-
hair, okay? I'm not cutting it.
Yeah.
Oh, he said your beard was cute.
Oh, dude,
That's
why'd you
nice.
do that thing right now where you did that, like, Nose Me Senpai fucking pose? Like, you just...
Kawaii. Kawaii.
Nani?
I'm my own person.
Oh, gee, yeah. Some people actually think I am ganja, by the way. I went to a...
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, they don't sound at all alike, but bro, you got to see them standing beside each other. It's like they're related. It's fucking crazy.
No, dude, we were in Vegas walking by, and they're like, yo, are those guys in a band together? They're like brothers, dude. I'm like, look, not all fat people are fucking brothers.
Bro,
Like,
you could have
guys
made
got-
some money, man.
Fuck,
Totally,
man.
we're in a band. Sign our fucking CD, like, or sign our like pay. We'll sign like some shit for you, $10 a piece. You could have made some money.
That's true.
What the fuck are you saying, Gene? Alanis?
Alanis? I like
What?
Alanis?
That's a good
Okay,
name.
there we
I'll
go.
steal that. Oh, Firewolf. Thank
For
you very
what?
much for the bits. No, just for the let's
Your
say you have a
female
daughter.
catfish name.
Oh, and Firewolf, if you have a question, feel free to ask. You sent the bits, we'll answer your question.
Yeah, man. But Basic Chick Girl, thank you for subscribing for 11 months at Tier 1. That's cool. Oh, that was on Double Toasted. My bad. I'm reading the wrong show over here. Sorry. But thank you for that, too. I mean, if you guys still give Double Toasted some of your support, too, that's awesome. But lots of follows come up here. George of the Dead, Grunge Breath, Ace Rock, Quimridge. All you guys, dude. Thank you so much. Just Ricky. Really appreciate all you guys helping us out and everything too. And Jeremy Vorvener, he says, guys, King Shark's look is nowhere as bad as the OG Sonic movie design. Well, that was only my take,
I
by
agree.
the way. I
I think what it is it's not necessarily because when it comes to the CGI, it's the fact that King Shark's design in general is very simplistic. You just half man, half shark. With Sonic, the reason it's worse is not because of the level of CG, is because it misses completely the character design. Where it's like, what the fuck did you even make? And it's like when they changed it, and it's like people are like, oh, technically the newer version of Sonic has less fidelity, but it's closer to the original character. Where King Shark's like, that's all you really need. Like that's like it has more fidelity with the fur. The redesign for Sonic has way less, but it looks closer to the character. That looks fucking terrible.
See, I don't mind the Sonic thing. And by the way, like, I mean, it doesn't look great. You know, it is what it is. But at the same time, I just feel like, dude, like, you know, it's just fucking Sonic the Hedgehog. People are just like, oh man, like, you better change that. They did a fucking petition to change Sonic. It's like, guys,
They changed it.
well, true, but it's like, it's not that important. Just like the movie was still the same. Like, is this look gonna like not make the shit funny? Like,
Well,
is that
that's the thing. Like, it is though because it's fundamental to the character the way they look. Imagine if Mario didn't have a hat for the whole movie. You're like, what the fuck? How do you forget something like a hat? Like, or if he didn't have facial hair, it's like, what? You're forgetting the base design. Or if Mario was fucking, I mean, they changed his colors a lot. But like, if he didn't have an M anywhere on him, it's like there are very, very iconic things to certain characters. Again, if you take it to wrestling, to imagine like again, Stone Cold didn't have his black underwear; it was fucking purple.
Oh, dude, I would hate that. Purple doesn't look good on Stone Cold. He's really sexy with the black tights.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck you.
Wait,
Wait.
I pulled a U.
Yep,
I
that's
pulled a
true.
Nick.
Fucking asshole. But okay, so back to the discussion we were having when you guys first came in here and everything too, which by the way, I know we should probably talk about this outside the show, but really quick, are we going to do a long show today or no? Because we can play some Call of Duty or something, shoot the shit.
I mean, we still got a couple reviews to do. We just finished the Suicide Squad trailer, but we still got a couple more things we can do. We can stay on for as long as the people want.
Okay, cool. Yeah, maybe Jackbox something, but I might maybe not Jackbox because last time we did that, I feel like a little bad. I mean, there's not really other word to put it, but we'll see. But Roxy, if you want to play zombies or whatever, let me know, and then we could probably just do down here.
Yeah,
too, so
I'm
do
down
that.
for it. Just give me a second to turn on the PlayStation.
The place.
The PlayStation.
But moving this.
Yeah, people in
over
the chat are pointing out stuff like, imagine if Sub-Zero shot fire at him. Imagine Stone Cold with hair.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Oh.
Oh, chill. Thank you for subscribing, dude. I really appreciate that. And Stone Cold did have hair for a while, but actually,
I was about to say, like, I can imagine him, like, just a full Samson hair, like...
no, dude.
Oh no, I went the opposite way. I pictured him with an afro.
That's even better. That's even better.
No, dude, back in the day, Stone Cold, when he was working for NWA, that's not Ice Cube, by the way, but but he was working for them, and he had this long hair, and he was like a chick magnet kind of, so he's like, oh, look at me, I got all the bitches on me. Oh, yeah.
Photos. We need photos. We need photos of the people. The people
Dude.
demand photos.
Yo, let me show you this shit.
I'm looking this up. What is he? Let's see.
His name was Stunning Steve Austin back in the day. So
Oh my! I gotta
That's
see this shit.
hilarious.
Yeah, here we go, man. There he is. He's
I
not a
see
bad
that
looking guy.
Okay. Okay, that's exactly what I expected. When I said
Fucking
Stone
what?
Cold was...
Yeah.
That's
Oh, look at
exactly
this.
what I wanted. Oh no!
That's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ace Rock, for the description, by the way. I really appreciate it. They're dancing to Stone Cold's hair right there. Like, oh, look at him. Looking so bad. Looking so bad. Looking so bad. All right.
Straight up. That like when I imagined Stone Cold with hair, that was exactly what I expected.
I'm
Long, flowing
uncomfortable.
blonde hair, Samson. That was exactly what I expected.
No.
Look at this right here. God, but
That's
dude.
exactly what I want.
Oh.
He needs to go back to this.
No. It looks terrible.
Yeah, Dunning in the chat saying it looks like Triple H.
Yeah, he really does. Just he doesn't have that big HGH fucking nose that's being grown on his fucking head. That nose is ridiculous, and apparently people have put together like, no, that's because of all his fucking drugs that he uses to get all big. The testosterone or something just built that fucking nozzle.
Yeah.
But no, like, I mean, here's the thing though that's worse about this. Like, dude, like his hair, his receding hairline, like that was some Hulk Hogan shit. Oh, Chris, thank you for subscribing, dude. Appreciate that so much, even though I talk shit to you so much. Me and him had a heart-to-heart last time. Oh, what's up?
He looks so much better bald.
He really does.
Hey, stuck with it for a reason.
Yeah, dude. But once again, no, thank you for the subscriptions, everything, guys. Someone said,
Nick,
VGI.
would you ever go bald? Would you ever go bald for like $10,000? Would you go bald?
Oh, 10,000. Nah, because I'm afraid it won't come back. Something just tells me like that's not gonna work out for me. Because I like to hide my face. So the thing is, and not to, I'm gonna talk some shit about myself, so people don't start going, oh, you don't look bad, or whatever. Because then it always becomes that, and it's like fucking gross. But the thing is like my face is fat. So if you notice, like when I take pictures, which I don't take a lot of them, but my hair is always covering my face. And I've talked to many other fat person, and we all do that. But the thing is, even if I was skinny, I have like that Jonah Hill syndrome, where like because I've lost weight before, and my head is fucking massive, because it never goes away. I never lose my face weight. Jed, thank you for subscribing. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Oh, Jed, I think she likes me.
Yeah, whatever Jet wants me to review, I'm not reviewing.
You gotta.
No.
It's Jet.
Yeah. By the way, I'm gonna have Jed just be all of our boss. He's gonna tell us all like Shark Exorcist.
I quit.
You're gonna watch this. You're gonna watch that. It's gonna
I
be great.
quit.
That's my friend, so I'm cool.
Hype train.
Hey Max, remember when we used to confuse Ruthless and Rashad? Wait, do we have a hype
Bro.
train going on?
Apparently, I don't know who did that. Was it Ryan or was it you?
No. So the way Twitch works is okay. So here's the thing, guys. I'm gonna tell you right now, we're not gonna be doing no dancing like Corey does. I'm so sorry, but I can't do that. But Twitch, what it does is if we get lots of support in a very small amount of time, it just automatically goes hype. So I don't know. Maybe we gotta find like a song to play and just play some music videos when this happens. I don't know. But thank you.
I
Get
have no
my
idea.
Little Mickey soundtrack
Start
right
dancing.
now.
What the fuck?
Holy shit!
Diaz, put on the Little Mickey soundtrack.
God damn.
Let's go.
Kurt, thank you so fucking much.
What are you doing?
Let's get this party started. Let's get this
It looks
party
like a Wednesday
started.
morning at a strip club. This is terrible.
Come on, everyone, let's get down. Let's get
Buster,
down.
Buster.
Let's do this. Let's
Buster,
get down.
Buster.
I'm trying not to fall out of my chair. Let's get down. Come on. Come
Hey,
on.
put on a
Let's go.
fucking Buster
Come on.
Rhymes song, please.
Buster. We're Buster.
This is so fucking terrible.
Twerk,
Throw your
Alan.
controllers. Let's get some controllers in this.
Fucking
Throw your
twerk,
controllers.
bitch.
Let's go.
Oh, this is physically painful.
Oh, fuck it. Let's keep going. 4 more minutes.
Yo,
Oh my God,
Alan,
Jesus.
afternoon tune will give you some bits if you twerk.
Oh, I'm not
Dude.
showing my ass on
Do
screen.
it.
Fuck that.
Fucking
no,
do it.
I don't work.
Afternoon tune. If you give us some fucking bits, I promise. I swear to God, Alan will twerk.
Man, please
Work, and
don't.
I didn't take my background off. No, I ain't doing that. Next time.
Okay, really quick though.
Chris, you know what? Put more bits. If you put more bits than him, I won't twerk.
Okay, really quick. I'm gonna put this in the chat right now for you. It's to watch together. We're gonna do this right, Alan.
What's up?
Go in and watch together. I'm looking to see if you're gonna pull in here, but go in and watch together. We're gonna watch a little something together. Thank you. Tiniest Avenger, really appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much for everyone. God, there's
Holy
so
shit.
much. Holy crap sauce, dude.
Twerk. You gotta twerk now, Alan. The people want it.
No. I don't know how to twerk. What am I supposed to do? Just shake my ass up and down? Like I really
Yes.
do not know
Yeah.
how.
Yes.
Let's do it. You know what? I want to see if the thing censors you.
Give me 1 second. 'Cause I gotta
I
take my
hope you're
background
wearing
off.
pants.
I gotta take. I'm wearing shorts. I gotta take. I don't
Okay.
know how to twerk. I can't believe I'm fucking doing this. I gotta take my background off.
That ass.
Okay.
Oh.
So hold on,
Change
really
background.
quick. I'm gonna do.
Oh my God. Oh my.
Wait, no,
Like-
Alan,
So what do I do? Just walk me through this because I've never done this before.
just up and down, sir.
Oh my. Ah! It hurts to laugh. My fucking
I
head.
don't know what I'm doing.
I can't.
That's all you get. That's all you get.
No, I've had a headache that hasn't gone away in 4 days. This shit fucking hurt. It is painful to laugh, but this was fucking great. Oh fuck.
No.
Oh.
Oh, thank God it was before Jet popped in.
Oh my head.
No, I saw it. That's some of the
God
most
damn.
embarrassing shit I've ever seen, but that was so fucking
That's
funny.
not the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. I want to point out.
Please
That
record
is not
it.
even top 10.
Somebody clip that, please.
My fucking throat.
My head.
Skull, man, I'm about to break
Why
his
did
back.
Skull have to be here? Out of all the people on this planet,
Oh my
why did
God,
it have to be
thank you,
Skull?
Thank you, Kurt.
Alan, can you please do it again, but with this
Nope.
with the song from the Proud Family movie playing, please?
Oh,
No, I'm not doing that again.
searching for a perfect beat.
Can't fucking. I'm gonna throw up
Oh.
again.
Oh.
Sometimes you gotta have a little bit of fun, okay? Life's too fucking serious.
You're
man.
right.
Doodle.
I love
I
you,
think
man.
Kurt clipped it. Click his link.
Okay.
Oh, my head.
Oh, dude, my head hurts, bro. Let me see. I'm trying to find this link over here. Let me
They
see.
said make Alan twerk in the new sub animation.
No shit, we should, man.
That'd be expensive, man.
Oh, hey,
Like-
here it is.
Oh
right
no,
here, guys.
oh no! All we gotta do is just have you dance and just clip some stuff out.
There it is.
Oh
You
my
get it,
God.
Alan? You get it, sir?
Not even top 10 most embarrassing things I've ever done.
Oh my god,
I'm dead.
dude! I that was amazing.
Hey, you guys got to like hype train fucking 560%. You got to do something for y'all.
Yeah, seriously, man. No, honestly, Alan, I appreciate it so much, and Chad, I appreciate it so much too. You guys are fucking amazing, dude. I did not think that this was gonna happen like this, but at the same time, like, Alan, is your back okay, baby?
Oh, bro, I'm good, man. I'm immortal at age 22.
My bad.
Lion Lightning is saying, "Work that back, my man." Dude, you should just do an OnlyFans.
Fuck that. I don't have enough time in my day.
I mean, you just saw how many bits we got from that. Imagine how many fucking
That's-
like bank you would
Yeah.
fucking make if you did an
I
OnlyFans.
want 90% of that.
Yeah, dude. Oh, that's fucking wonderful, though. Moving on, though, guys. Because I'll fucking laugh about that shit all goddamn day. I'm fucking lightheaded. Roxy, I'm gonna have you take this really quick, dude. This little Nas X thing. What the fuck is this? Like, what's happening with this dude?
So his new video about his new song "Call Me by Your Name" just dropped fairly recently.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess from my understanding, from his point of view, it's a song that he dedicated to his previous self, to his younger self, because growing up, people shamed him for being gay. He was taught that being gay was shameful, so he had to constantly hide that from everybody and try to be something he's not. And now everyone's coming at him because, oh, Old Town Road is for little kids, so you should stick to little kids' music. We should never, like, my kids ain't listening to Lil Nas X ever again because of this shit. When it's just a music video, like everyone told him, you're gay, you're gonna go to hell. Not everyone, but you know the ones that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're gonna
dude.
go to hell. And he's like, damn right, I'll go to hell. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take a stripper pole down to hell, and I'm gonna take the devil's big fat dick to save y'all.
Jesus.
So
Even the
y'all should
devil's like,
save
wait,
him.
you need to ask me first. Okay, fuck.
No, I love the video. I loved like seeing all the different fashion that was in there, and I just think it's fucking hilarious that everyone's like, "Oh my god, think about the children." Whenever similar things like WAP come out, or Lil Nas X's "Call Me by Your Name,"
Yeah.
people love to act and pretend like, "Oh my god, the children!" Like the children have seen way worse in their own homes, coming from someone who's literally worked with kids in trauma. The last thing they're worried about is Lil Nas X or Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion. That's the
Yeah.
last thing on their fucking minds. Y'all should take a look in the mirror and take a look at mommy and daddy beating each other. Meanwhile, this little kid's in the basement playing fucking Wii.
And
Trying to
also,
get his mind
like,
off shit.
like he said, basically, you guys are so focused on these kids. Why are they still in them cages?
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh, that was a great tweet. I was like, you're more concerned about what kids might watch versus the kids that are currently like not in a home right now.
Yeah, and another thing too, people were talking about the Grammys and Cardi B like a few weeks ago, talking about like, oh my god, like they're over there. By the way, this whole thing right here, and hopefully I don't get in trouble, but there's a part where they're like on all fours, and I swear to God, they were doing the Cheech and Chong like dogs sniff each other's ass skit, you know, and they're doing it on the Grammys. I was like, wow, that's pretty fucking terrible. But at the same time, like, what kid is expected to sit there and watch the Grammys anyways? Like, this is a grown-up show. If your kid's watching this, they're up too fucking late. Go to bed.
Well,
like,
How
also
about
the-
this? Better parenting. Take care of your fucking child instead of throwing a tablet at them and not sitting down to talk about certain things and explain certain things to your kids. So I don't want to fucking hear it about this. What about the kid shit?
Well, it's at the end of the day where people do not like people of color, especially women of color, showcasing their sexuality. They want that to be hidden. They want it to be left under the rug. You're not supposed to talk about it. So you deal with when you deal with that situation in which people have to repress that because society says it's bad. People want to basically show it out, but they're like, we're so tired of hiding. We go to such an extreme, or at least they feel it's an extreme. But they're like, no, I just want to do this because this is fun. It's interesting to do this in a creative way. But at the end of the day, it's because it's so overt, and it's not like, whitewashed and family friendly. It's like, oh no, you're corrupting the kids. It's like they've been saying that shit for 2,000 years. Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, this shit was talked about in 1998, 1999 with the whole Marilyn Manson stuff and the Eminem thingy and whatever the fuck. And it's like, you guys still, like, for one, anything that we saw here where they're just like, slightly humping each other or dancing, whatever, this is no different than how it was back in the day. And with Eminem shit, like, he's talking about killing people, blah, blah, too, and you guys have a problem with that. But, don't give my kid a boner. Like,
well, they did. They specifically did as well with Eminem, where it's like, you talk about fucking homosexuals and Vicodin. What the fuck is wrong with you? And he's just like, oh yeah, I'm doing a lot of fucking stupid ass shit. This shit exists, is real, and people like this feel and act this fucking way. You're more concerned with hearing it in a song than it happening in your fucking neighborhood.
Meanwhile, too, look at demographics for like apps like TikTok and shit, especially when it first started, and it's a bunch of girls like. I mean, shit, one of the most craziest hashtags for was that Busted Challenge, and I didn't even know about what the fuck that even was until, like, way when it was, like, super trendy. And it's literally just about asses. Like, and, like, yeah, if you look at the demographic for that stuff, it's like, it's all young people, and, yeah, that happens because you guys give your kids those fucking smartphones that can go on TikTok, and you don't know what the fuck they're looking at all the time. Like, I don't even think anyone knows how to apply a fucking parental control. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, it's not even that print. Like trying to hide it from whatever it isn't the solution. It's that people are so used to like, oh, you never talk about it ever. So when when kids discover this kind of stuff, they discover it without any context. So they go crazy because again, any kid that's ever going to learn anything on their own is not going to understand consequences, not going to understand what any of this means. So they're just going to play around with it and have fun. The problem is this leads to real world consequences, especially with how people view underage relationships. But it's the same thing like Rob said, you can't just throw a fucking iPad at them and tell them to fuck off. It's like, no, you have to like teach kids like this stuff at a younger age. That's what it's every single time someone wants to be, we should put sex education, younger, grade so they understand this shit at a younger age. Like, no, we got to protect the kids, until they get to the internet and they'll discover it. It's like at the end of the day, would you rather your kid discover it in like a classroom where they can actually ask questions and understand it, or through a random fucking video? Like, it's not Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion's fault that the people found out about this. It's the situation. It's society's fault for basically like showcasing like you have to hide this shit. Like it's society's fault.
Yeah, and by the way, Mark 1, yes, the show is definitely canceled tonight. We'll reiterate that every few minutes or whatever. But yeah, Corey's not going to be able to do it. He's pre-recording right now, but it'll be up on YouTube tomorrow, and then we'll try to figure out how we're going to handle the remaining shows of the week, because that shit's just not working. But yeah, final say on this, whatever. And I'm going to give this to Jed, actually, and then Roxy. But, like, for me personally, I think that, I'm happy that Lil Nas is doing this. I do hope, though, that this is not going to be a continual fight back and forth, because at the same time, if he's going to be doing shit to try to irritate those particular people that are complaining or whatever, I think that it doesn't really help the overall, like, having this happen. It's almost like when, and not to make this about nerdy shit, but, like, back in the day with Mortal Kombat, people were complaining about, these fighting games are ridiculous. We got to come with an ESRB system because of all the violence. And then all of a sudden, 4 years later, GTA comes out and makes every point that they were trying to make against us. I mean, there's a video game with hookers and you get to run over the cops. You think they're going to like that shit? No. So it's kind of like, yeah, I hope Lil Nas doesn't piss off people like that because they're gonna keep coming for people like him. They're gonna keep coming for people like Cardi B. It's never gonna fucking stop. So, Jed, any last words on this? And do you kind of agree with me that maybe he shouldn't be antagonizing them as much, or have him just do whatever he's doing?
I mean, right now, hell seems kind of fun, but I mean, it's just like literally anything like ticks these people off. So it's just like they're always telling you, oh, you need to go to hell, like you should go to hell for being who you are. Like, and the second people have fun with it, it's just like, oh, but like literally anything pisses them off nowadays. So who cares? Have fun with it.
Yeah, what do you feel, Roxy? Do you think I'm full of shit and the whole idea of just like maybe he might be antagonizing them too much, just being himself? Do you think he should stop, or would you support him doing whatever he's doing?
You caught me in the middle of fucking deep throating a banana. So
No,
I'm pretty sure you can guess my stance on it right now. Basically what Jet said, no matter what, there's somebody pissed off at him. So let him just have fun with it. Like, you are literally mad at a man for being himself, for finally having the courage to bring that front and forward and on such a public level. I mean, coming out is hard enough. Imagine doing that to, like, in front of your parents, in front of your friends, or fellow colleagues. That in itself is difficult. Now imagine doing that on a big ass fucking scale, like how Lil Nas X is doing right now. This is global. This is worldwide. This is like anybody can fucking see this. And that's a very vulnerable position to put yourself in with such a sensitive topic. So the fact that he's finally fucking out there and not ashamed of it, not hiding it whatsoever, good on him.
Yeah. So, yeah, what do you feel about this, Alan, by the way?
I agree with Roxy and them. It's like, at the end of the day, it's like, they're gonna, like, no matter what he does, no matter what he says, they're gonna look at him and think that they're lesser for multiple fucking reasons, from sexuality to his race to even his music, like his career. They're gonna look down upon him. It's like, oh, he's a hip hop rapper artist. So who gives a shit what he thinks? He just raps out hookers and blow and shit like that. It's like they're always gonna look down upon him. So it's like, if he feels like, hey, I want to do what I want to do and go a bit extreme to get people, like, the conversation started and be like, yeah, also fuck you. It's like, yeah, fucking do it, dude. I don't, like, whatever your next fucking thing. I mean, the song's okay. It's not for me, but I'm sure people fucking like the song as well. So it's like, if you're able to do the music you want to do and you're getting success from it, be successful. That's the quickest way to piss people off. Be successful.
You know, I want to talk about something like this too, as far as like the whole censoring people, because I mean, I essentially think that they're pretty much trying to censor Lil Nas, just his personality.
100%.
But I think this kind of goes into that topic pretty well too. We're going to talk about two more things as far as this particular type of discussion, and then we're going to get into the reviews. But really quick though, this whole thing with SpongeBob SquarePants apparently having their episodes pulled over storyline concerns, I think it's an issue too, because people that like, because it says over here the episode Midlife Crustacean, I don't know what the fuck that is, but they took that out of Paramount Plus or whatever, right? Okay. But this was a thing with The Simpsons on Disney Plus. They're doing that. And another topic that I want to bring up, because we're going to bring all this up in one particular piece of discussion, Peacock is they just got WWE Network. Well, keep in mind, guys, there's a whole Attitude Era in WWE Network. You know, Stone Cold flipping the middle finger, and he was like the main champion. Girls putting their titties out. Rikishi sticking his ass in people's faces, and racism. So, WWE Network, most of their shit's getting edited right now, which means, you know, all that shit that was so sensitive back in the day, they're gonna get rid of all this. Like that's totally not what people wanted with the WWE Network. They want like everything to stay the same, and with Peacock taking all that stuff, that shit's almost gonna be unwatchable. Even the music they use Kid Rock, American Badass, and Limp Bizkit, and all this other shit. So it's like, for me, when I'm looking at this, I'm kind of like, dude, like, I don't know really what to think about the SpongeBob thing and the whole Simpsons thing with Disney Plus. But what do you feel about this, Alan?
I don't know anything with Simpsons getting censored / removed. I know specifically, like, that was happening with the SpongeBob SquarePants, and it was a particular episode. It was a Panty Raid episode, and it was like, yeah, that was very, very risque. For especially watching that as a kid, I'm like, it surprised me that this was in a kid show. I didn't really think twice about it because I'm like, whatever. I didn't have a reason to think twice. But especially like back, I'm like, yeah, that's kind of a really weird like thing. That's from like the old like comedy movies back in the day. So I'm like, oh, they're removing that. I'm like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense because again, at the end of the day, SpongeBob is geared towards children. It is exclusively a children's show. Them, editing a lot of the stuff out of WWE. It's like, well, that was more of a young adult to adult show. So it's like they could keep some of the risque stuff, but yeah, the racism and overt stereotypes, like, yeah, get rid of that shit because it's like, look, man, it was a product of its time. We already made the money there, and if anyone's crying, I want my crime time back with the racism and Vince McMahon saying the N-word, yeah, Bro, anyone that dies on that hill, I don't even want to talk to you. Like,
Yeah, seriously. Like, this shit's so stupid because like it's been brought up so many times too, just like how offensive they are, and everyone's like, "Man, cancel that shit." It's so bad when it used to be like this. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, some people still want that there, and that's cool, and I'm fine either way. But it's like, content's what it is. Like, the content's the content. You can't just like, oh, by the way, this never happened. You know what I mean? Because I didn't like when they did that shit with like the whole, what was Splash Mountain based on? The whole, zippity doo dah, zippity day.
Song of the South.
Song of the
Oh,
South. Yeah, I didn't like they took that off.
let's
either.
say Sound of Water.
No,
I don't even know what that is.
that's where a lady fucking touches herself underwater and it
No,
got
that's Shape of
a
Water.
Grammy or some shit.
Yeah.
What a granny.
But yeah, no, it's just fucking crazy. What you call it? By the way, if I seem a little distracted, I'm actually trying to fucking see how to mod my own chat. They keep changing it on me. I don't know what the fuck's the deal. But it is what it be, what it is. But the thing is, though, Rox, I want to get your opinion on this. What do you feel about them censoring shit, especially SpongeBob, and all the other shit?
I'm familiar with the crab episode, the panty raid episode, but Quarantine Crab, I can't really remember what it's about right now. But with the climate that's going on right now, I'm assuming basically they're banning it because it's either very similar to what we're experiencing now with the coronavirus or something along those lines. That's just my guess, at least for now. But I can understand, I guess, why they're trying to get rid of it, but at the same time, like, it just go back to the same thing about, oh my God, what about the children? Again, they're seeing worse things at home. This is why, like, traumatized children, more often than not, grow up into traumatized adults or shitty fucking assholes. And I would know, because I fucking work with both ends. I've worked with kids and I've worked with adults. So I can get kind of like why they're a little bit worried and in terms of pulling it off, but again, it just talk to your fucking kids, man.
Yeah.
Is it really that hard
It is.
to just talk to your kids? And then the same thing with like WWE. If you want to keep everything that happened back in the day, you could at least bring it to like some kind of discussion to the forefront. Like kind of what Disney is doing now. If y'all have Disney Plus and you try to watch like Aladdin or some shit like that, it has 10 seconds that you can't skip forward and it breaks down, hey, this movie, although we're proud of it and whatever, it depicts some insensitive stereotypes or jokes or what the fuck ever that we now over time have realized that are wrong. We're working on doing better, but it's just something to keep in mind. Now, with that in mind, watch the movie.
By the way,
You could do something along those lines with the WWE thing and explain like, yeah, it was fucking stupid. We wanted to grab money. Minorities weren't really a cause for concern back in the day.
Yeah. It's just funny too,
I
considering
guess just do that if you want to be able to keep all the stuff from like way back in the day, because you can't change it. People have already seen it.
But
Just talk
the
to
thing is,
fucking people, explain shit.
I understand that mentality, but at the end of the day, I don't like the idea that's like, well, we profited from it back in the day by exploiting minorities. So now that we have streaming services, we can essentially re-exploit the stuff that we did there. But don't worry, we put a disclaimer. It's like, I don't like that because it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, are we going to sit there and put a disclaimer on the Rise of a Nation?
We're
Hey,
still
we treated
exploiting
black...
minorities, but now it's
Birth
under
of
the
a Nation,
guise
you mean?
of like, hey, we
Birth
want
of a
what's
Nation,
best
yeah.
for them.
Rise of a Nation. What the fuck am I talking about? Anyway, Birth of a Nation. We're gonna sit there and put a 10-minute disclaimer. Hey, black people were treated like shit, and this movie's completely ungross. But subscribe to Disney Plus.
Yeah.
In certain cases, I understand where you can take it off. Some things are definitely inexcusable, like Song of the South. There's no reason for it to fucking exist. It's fucking terrible. It's god awful. But at least you could try to explain some of that shit.
I will say too, is like I wish I was in that fucking pitch meeting where like the guy from Peacock, whoever that person is like, all right, yeah, WWE, great, wholesome PG entertainment for wrestling and talented and blah blah blah. So let's buy it. Cool, we bought it. Awesome. Let's put this on here. Let me just look through all this shit. Oh my god, what the fuck is that?
Oh, it's a 3 Mexicans on a lawnmower and a lady with her fucking tits out. So, yeah, how we
But
gonna
don't worry,
fix this,
guys. We put a Black Lives Matter watermark in the corner.
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, people like this is just 19 years ago. What you would think, okay, it's kind of a long time, but this is one of like the big things that they talked about way back in the day. They got Trish Stratus covered in shit, taking her clothes off, walking around like a dog, saying, "Oh, Vince, don't hurt me, woof woof woof," like ridiculous shit, guys. I'm telling you, and like. I'm not even going to pull up the Rikishi shit because I'm going to get my ass in trouble. But Rikishi literally had Vince McMahon's head directly up his ass.
I remember that as a kid.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And again, Vince McMahon saying the N-word. You can cut that shit out. That shit is understandable. You can just take it out. I'm talking about in regards to like stereotypes and shit. You can use that to bring into a discussion.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, like extreme depiction of racism and even extreme depiction of sexism. It's like, yeah, we're not about that anymore. It existed in the past. If you have the original DVDs, CDs, fucking vinyls, whatever the fuck they're placed on, you can go and enjoy it there. But at the end of the day, it's like I'm okay with it in every case because at the end of the day, I don't want people to continue to profit off of this stuff. Like you moved a blackface episode from an episode of The Office. You ruined the whole show. It's like, no, there's still 9 seasons of fucking content that you can watch everywhere. We just got rid of an offensive one because it's like, yeah, you know what? Everyone did a blackface episode. Literally every comedy show ever did a fucking blackface episode. It's actually kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, just remove it, and it's like it doesn't sit there. It's like, oh, no context. Fuck you.
In the chat too, someone said, I don't mind keeping those things around. In some ways, it shows how society has changed, which I agree. But then somebody else said, Roddy Piper and blackface isn't a good thing, and that's so true. Like I'm so surprised that was a thing. I was like, oh shit, he was in blackface, and yet the fans, even black fans, are like, yeah, woo, Roddy Piper. It's like, damn, things have changed like a motherfucker.
Yeah, okay, I understand what Black Knight's saying. The media is not supposed to raise your kids, but at the end of the day, the media itself shouldn't be exploiting like people to this degree, exploiting stereotypes, treating people like garbage. So it's like you have a situation in which society tells you to never talk about this stuff, but then society also allows all this shit to happen, but without any of the in-between explanation. Put as much sex and violence on television as possible, but don't talk to your kids about it and pretend it doesn't happen. Like, let's be fucking real here. Media is not supposed to raise your kids, but everybody will have access to fucking media. Parental restrictions don't mean a goddamn fucking thing. They will find a way to access this. So it's not saying that we can never do it, but understand that stop trying to sit there and say that, you know, it's best to just never fucking acknowledge it. Like, we have to acknowledge this shit.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. You know, but yeah, it's just one of those things too. It's like some of these things are actually cool. Like Black Panther, it's like, you know, some of these movies don't exist, and some of these like concepts don't exist unless you have the bad shit too. So let's not pretend like those things don't exist and hide that, and then make it seem like, oh, well, they came up with this crazy thing anyways. Like, no, like it's based on all the other shit, and you guys gotta see both to get the context. So I'm with you, but I'm also with Roxy too. I get these entire things. Jed, I'm gonna ask you really quick though, because you're a follower of the Attitude Era stuff.
Jed booked it.
Oh, she's gone?
Yep.
Oh, well, god damn it. See,
yeah,
I can't tell.
Let's go get a snack.
It makes sense. I wish I could be snacking, and I will be snacking very soon. But you know what else I'm gonna be snacking on, Alan? You know, the segue, huh?
No.
I'm gonna be snacking all those extra games I'm gonna get with the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Ah, look at that. That was a cringy.
Sure.
Boo! Boo! No, but here's the thing, though, man. I don't know what to really think about this. I don't know shit about Ubisoft Plus and their services. I know that for me personally, I think that Xbox doing this is making other shit mean less, which you've already done that with the Xbox in general. Like the fact that on PC I get the Game Pass, I really do not understand why I need to fucking get an Xbox One or Xbox Series X, but that's besides the point. The main thing here, though, is that with EA Access, both PlayStation and Xbox have been like, hey, you're going to get this for free, you're going to get this, blah, blah, discount. Why the fuck would I get EA Access? And now, I didn't even know about Ubisoft Plus, but why the fuck would I get Ubisoft Plus now?
Well, basically what it is with Xbox Game Pass, I don't know if they're necessarily going to increase the price or what they're going to do with it. But unless it's the entire Ubisoft catalog, which I'm not sure, I have to look into it. But at the end of it is like, how much is it going to cost and what you're going to need? Usually when that happens, it's advertised before the other services, where it's like, oh yeah, come over here. If you already have it, you're good. If you don't, it's like, well, try it out here, and then you can go for the full. It's most likely going to be like a buffet where it's like you get each individual from these different places, but then you get full on if you only want it. Because like they might end up bumping up the price a lot if it's included. Like they might add an extra $10, $15 to it, where it's like, well, I don't want to pay $40 for this one thing, but what I'll do is I'll just go to the Ubisoft one because I only play Ubisoft games. Or EA, EA is already a part of that, but you could get EA Pass for cheaper than Game Pass. But if you want to get everything involved, you can get the whole subscription. It's like it basically kind of just allows them to make Game Pass more and more worth it versus making everything else less worth it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm worried about. Because C. Dunny says, you know, they signed up for Ultimate and got Game Pass and EA Pass or EA Access. And the thing is, like, that's cool. But like, if you put Ubisoft on top of this too, they're gonna obviously, like you said, you know, put the price up. But then here we go in the realm of like what Netflix has done. I remember when Netflix was just $7, guys. It's now 15. I think even more expensive now.
Depends on the plan, but yeah, they've steadily increased the price for years. But yeah, at the end of it, it's like Microsoft realizing like, hey, this Game Pass is getting more and more successful, way more. Like when they first started it, when Gears of War 4 came out, it was complete trash. There was almost nothing on it. But they kept with it, they kept supporting it, and it's garnered more and more where it's become a legitimate gaming streaming service. I don't know if it's more than PlayStation now, but like nobody talks about PlayStation now. Yeah. It never gets talked about, whereas Game Pass gets talked about all the fucking time. Especially if you have a Series X right now, we're like, there's not as many new games. Oh, you have access to Game Pass. You can just go through your back catalog, and the game boost in there will make the games run really, really well.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing too. Being able to download them and everything too is pretty cool. And then like with PS Now, I can play PS Now just on my PlayStation, and then like if you can play on it, you can get on the computer too. But they're usually PS3 games. I think the really good shit saved for like the PS5 or whatever. But the Game Pass, like I did not buy either of the last 2 Xbox consoles, and yet I'm getting the full Xbox experience through this Game Pass thing, and I'm loving it. I'm fucking loving it. They got the best catalog, in there right now. That's pretty fucking sweet. For just
it's a good catalog. I'm playing a bunch of games on there. I hope because the EA integration has not gone over well at all because EA couldn't run a streaming service to save their fucking lives. But once that actually somehow works out, I'll be able to play some of the other EA games on there. That it's like, I get to replay Fallen Order and stuff like that. And for people that it's like, at the end of the day, it's like if you don't want Game Pass and you're like, I want to try this game out and maybe buy it later, that's like you can easily do that. You even get a heavy discount. We're like, well, you know what? Because sometimes games leave. I don't think that's going to happen with EA or Ubisoft games, but sometimes games leave. We're like, hey, they're going to be here for 3 months. Play them as much as you want, but guess what? They're gone. So it's like it happens with random games. Xbox exclusives will say that forever, but there are games coming in and out all the time.
Yeah, I've wrote the same. Microsoft realized that they're better at competing with Steam because Game Pass might be my next purchase. Yeah, I do think they are better at competing with Steam than anybody else, but at the same time, too, I think that Steam is realizing, listen, we have a certain amount of people that have no choice but to work through us and stick with us, and when everyone gets tired of Game Pass, when they keep moving up their fucking price, they're going to come back. Steam, I think, is the future, too. Steam's going nowhere, dude.
Steam's not the future. Steam's the foundation. It's the foundational market of PC gaming. But it's not a pass service. It's a storefront. So it's like, and the reason it's the most prolific is because it essentially, the only reason PC gaming is as nuanced as it is now is because of Steam. Steam allowed the PC marketplace to be viable because it did something that nobody else was doing with PC games. They're allowing you to download the C++ and all the drivers to make sure the games are compatible with your current system. That did not happen 15 years ago. That was not a fucking thing. Where they did not include that on the disc, there was no way to download it. Steam did that, so it made PC gaming a lot easier. But the thing is, it's a storefront. And the reason it's so prolific is because every other storefront is worse. It's not good. It's terrible. Steam is bad, but everywhere, pick another one. Xbox probably has one of the worst ones I've ever seen.
Yeah, what you call it too? I'm looking around because I see Ryan was like, "Hey, chat just broke." I'm like, "Okay, hopefully we didn't." I'm looking at this now. I think we're still good. But if you saw somebody else, just so you guys know, yeah, like there's definitely no DT going on tonight. I just want to reiterate that. I'm gonna keep doing it every 10 minutes or so. But yeah, everything's cool. With that said, Soul Almighty says I switched from Spectrum to AT&T. Oh, okay, it's about internet stuff. But one thing too, but that's still on the topic as well. As far as internet goes, if you had Corey's internet, you can't fucking play no PS Now, and that's a fucking huge problem. How many people don't know what kind of internet to get? So you get this thing, you watch a commercial, and it's like, we got the best high-speed internet. Dude, did they say high-speed? I guess I'll get it then. And then
high-speed must be good, right? It's like, there's an entire, it's like, honestly, it's almost like buying a car where it's like, oh, this car's fast, right? So, well, do you know what kind of gas you're supposed to put in? Do you know how to work the windshields? Do you know how to work the car itself? But like, there's a lot of steps in there. What Corey went through, I went through as well. Exact same thing. Thing is, I don't run a fucking multimedia streaming service. So me being out on the internet for 2 weeks did not affect me at all. For him, it's a big fucking issue.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. That whole fucking situation is just terrible. But moving on. Here's the thing. We already talked about a couple of nerdy things. We're gonna have one last nerdy discussion before we get the fuck out of here, that is good old Falcon and the Winter Soldier, my man. All snippety snap, right? Are you hyped for this, Alan?
Yes.
The first show ended with us getting a new Captain America in the beginning of the second episode. Made sure to not only explain that, but to also make us more comfortable with the new Captain America as a soldier and as a man, more so than the character. I thought that was cool. There are definitely some other things I think that need to be touched on. But Alan, what did you feel about this, man?
I'm kind of glad because I wasn't sure what they're gonna do with him, but the fact that you kind of like you get a lot of the context where it's like they're treating him as like he's a normal guy, and it's like he didn't necessarily ask to be Captain America, but he's like not gonna say no because he understands the gravitas, and they're treating Captain America's legacy with respect. And it's like, yeah, they gave it to this person. It's not like, oh, we just picked some guy that has like he's a good soldier. He knows how to kill minorities really really well, like any good soldier does. I mean, superhero save people, yeah, 100%. But he fits enough of the bill where it's like, yeah, he's not a super soldier, but he's as close as a super soldier you're gonna get without actually super soldier serum inside of him. Yeah. So it's like they got a pretty good choice. And as far as him, like the gravitas and what's going through his head, it's like, yeah, he's exactly what I kind of expected. Like, he's not the hi, I'm the coolest guy in the world. He's not like the Homelander, like, oh, good, I can't wait to stomp a baby in the face. He's like, no, he's a regular dude.
Yeah. No, that's one of the things I kind of liked about the new guy too. I mean, he wasn't, he didn't seem like an asshole. We'll kind of get into what we probably expect with certain things because I do feel like there's something else to that. But still, at the end of the day, though, and that's a big part of even talking about this right now. It's like, yeah, I did think that was cool, but there are definitely things that I think were, that were not touched on here that I felt could have used some kind of emphasis, like on the first episode. Instead of being placed here, I think that what I felt during episode 2 is constantly waiting for another layer on both Bucky and Sam's storylines. And now that we got some more of Bucky's therapeutic hijinks bullshit, I felt like Sam took a backseat in this episode, or not necessarily Sam, but definitely the shit with his sister and the family business and blah blah. I was like, dude, like that was so interesting what we got going on in the first episode, and they don't touch on that. They don't even mention it by fucking name or anything, not even alluding to. Was that an issue for you at all?
No, I figured what they're going to do is they want to establish a lot of going on. Essentially, like they want to drop a bunch of strings on the ground, and we're going to start following various plot lines and start tying everything into a clean knot. That they're probably going to bring it up in the third episode, but it's like it made sense for this one because hey, we got to introduce a lot more of what's going on with the Winter Soldier. We got to essentially focus the plot a little bit more, and then probably in the third episode they're going to scale it back a little bit and do back and forth, where they're going to eventually kind of solidify all the storylines. That did bother me. I'm like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. I expected that. I'm like, you're not gonna sit there and stick on the boat for the whole time. Like, there's a plot with people with powers. Like, you're gonna have to go fight them.
Do you think that they kind of did a little too much emphasis on Bucky's therapy? Because, yeah, I thought that was a little unnecessary.
Oh no, that was fine. My issue is I think the comedy and as far as what Bucky is, I felt like they're too much trying to make him funny, and it's all terrible. Every joke in this is bad. Like, they're having this great conversation about yo man, there's crazy shit out there. Look, I can't deal with whatever bullshit going on between us. We got to go out there and fight the big three. The big three, yeah, the big three. Wizards and androids and aliens, yeah. I'm like, what? Yeah. That was so I was like, oh, wow, is this a parody? Like, what just happened? It was so random that I'm like, I don't like this. And it's like, yeah, I'm gonna be with you and I'm gonna join with you. I guess I'll jump out of a plane. I'm a Marvel hero. I'll be fine. I was like, oh my god, this is so bad. This is so cringy. Like, it's not. Luckily, it's not throughout the whole episode. But there's just so much. I'm like, bro, this isn't funny. Oh man, you're like a cyborg. The gears are turning. I'm like, he's killed so many people.
Yeah. No, because I didn't like the back and forth between the two. Basically, I think because it's a trope, right? Like the whole you let go of the shield and the Captain America shield thing, or Steve. What was his name? Steve. The main. I forget. Because I don't even like Captain America.
Steve Rogers, Captain America. But that scene was okay. I actually liked when they're actually sitting them down. But I wanted more of that. I want more of that. We're gonna actually fucking, not more of the jokes. Obviously, I'm not crazy, but when he sits down and throughout the episode where he's like, "Yo, man, why the fuck did you give it up?" I'm like, oh, okay, that entire sequence. I'm like, I wish it was more of the episode or more focused on it. I get they want to spread it out because they want these characters to grow into who they're gonna be at the end of it. So they're either just gonna be finished or maybe we'll use them in more movies. But I'm just like, wait, why didn't you give me more of that? I'm like, I love WandaVision because it eventually went into all the characters' depths and motivations. With this one, I'm like, I feel like you're almost sacrificing it for the plot, but I hope that you bring it back. I'm like,
and not just the plot for this too, but the plot for everything, the overall universe plot. Because that's the thing. I the hijinks is fucking stupid, but even when it gets serious, I felt like. This is becoming the thing with Iron Man. It's interesting that they have this thing about Steve was wrong about me, blah blah blah. But Steve is dead, dude. Let's move on. Let's not let Steve become the new Iron Man of the fucking series. And I mean that in a sense of in the Spider-Man movies, every villain has to be like, hey, I fucking hate Tony Stark, to the point where, like, even in WandaVision, they had that Stark Industries missiles, like, pop up at the very end to contextualize their story arc, too. And I'm like, dude, like, this is a big universe. This is becoming, like, fucking Star Wars again, where it's, like, everything's based around this very small amount of fucking, like, dialogue or universe building. And there's a huge fucking place you can tell all these stories about and build your own layers and build your own, like, tree branches, and you're not doing it. It's like, dude.
Well, not necessarily, because your first point is like it being too much like Iron Man in the universe. I'm like, I can understand that, but it's more along your second point, because it's like, the whole Stark Industries bomb is a crucial part to Wanda's story. Much like how, again, Captain America and the Shield and Legacy is a crucial addition to both those two characters, because, and it's something that's talking to buddy's mind, the issues between Falcon and Winter Soldier has never been resolved. They barely spoken to each other after Civil War. Yeah, they fought with each other in the Endgame, but they've never actually sat down and talked about the issues going between them. That's the benefit of the shows. We finally get that. But there's always going to be some big bad guy they got to fight. So I'm just hoping that it's like, don't focus on that, because, again, what made WandaVision good is WandaVision isn't traditional, oh, hey, bad guy there, I must fight bad guy to win. It's like, it was a story about grief and trying to acclimate and trying to move on. Where it's like, I want to see what they're going to do with this. That's not just, hey, there's a bunch of bad guys to punch in the face. I'm like, you can do that because I like the action, but scale it back a little bit. Have these characters talk a little bit more.
Yeah. But other than the Steve stuff and the new Captain America, I thought that the way they handled and revealed the villains somewhat, which, by the way, are a group of superhumans and superpowers and super speed and all that bullshit. But, they actually thought that was done really well. Granted, it made our heroes look like shit because, once again, that shield and the technology that surrounds the shield, I don't think is really all that practical during high-stakes combat, and it's definitely proven in that fight scene on top of the fucking, like, the vehicle, the trains, or what was it, trains or buses? I can't fucking remember.
There were like the big cargo trucks. Okay. There were trucks in there. But actually, no, the funny thing is before Captain America, like, the MCU started, I was like, bro, Captain America is like, dude, how does he not lose that consistently, like, all the fucking time? But then when you see the movies, like, he actually is a situation where it's like, hey, he's able to bounce it off walls, and because, for Steve Rogers, Captain America, he's very smart, so he's able to bounce it. It's like playing pool. Like, you know where it's going to bounce off the walls, so you can catch it, whatever. And then with this guy, it's like he's still good at it, but you see where it's like Bucky has to catch it a couple of times. Where it's like, if they were on the ground, it wouldn't be a problem. But they were going 100 miles an hour. It's like, if he fucks up once, that shield's gone for, like, who knows how long. And I like how they're kind of doing that, where it's difficult. Like, not anyone could just pick the shield up and be Captain America. You have to be trained pretty well. Like, this guy was training with it. Falcon's already had his experience with it. There's the Winter Soldier in Bucky, so he can kind of use it. But it's like maybe like 4 people ever that can use this really well.
That's true, but I just feel like, damn, like, you guys can find some more technologically advanced thing. But at the same time, like, okay, I can totally get that. But also, it's like, okay, so they're getting their ass kicked by these new characters that we found right now, these villains, these super powered, super strong fucking people. But then also too, like, man, Falcon and Bucky have been through some shit, like end of the world type shit, and yet because of their stupid, childish, not getting along, whatever the fuck stuff, they almost blow their cover like 3 times before that scene happens. And by the way, Mike Sal, thank you for following on Twitch. Really appreciate that. But, like, dude, there's a part where, like, they're trying to be stealthy, and, like, there's like a whole 6 minutes, and I count these things because I think they're very important.
It's bad. It's like, oh, we got us whispering. Should we fight them? There's only 2 guys. Bucky, what? I almost kind of understood it, because Bucky's like, he's itching to be in a fight. He's itching to be a hero. And Sam's supposed to be like the calm guy. It's Rush Hour. I'm watching Rush Hour again, and I'm like, to me, it's like I get it a little bit. It goes on too long. I think that's the only problem with that. They scale it back a little bit. I'm like, I get it. Like, hey, there's too many people. Winter Soldier, stop trying to kill every man, woman, and child around here. And you have to, trying to be level headed. But it goes on for so long. You're like, bro, are you doing something or not?
Yeah, and by the way, like, that's even fine too, because and Blasian, by the way, hey Blasian, how you doing? We might actually play some Monster Hunter sometime this week. I'll keep you updated on that, but it should be fun. I really want to play with you. But the thing is, though, is like on this whole bit, it's like I liked in the first episode that, like, we don't see a ton of combat, but, like, these guys and the movies that they've been in, it's still affecting their characters. Then we get here, and it's like these guys are dumb again. Like, you guys are some strategic, smart. Like, you guys are not like Tony Stark, and you're not like Vision, where you have superpowers. Like, you guys have to be soldiers still. So I'm like, okay, well, let's see how these guys handle, like, putting their childish bullshit aside and taking care of the situation, trying to, chase this kidnappee that they think is actually there. But no, it's just like, oh, let's be quiet. Hey, don't tell me to be quiet. Just arguing. And then, by the way, too, this whole stealthy scene, the 6 minutes of build-up of like, oh shit, they're going to get caught eventually. There's going to be some big thing. Nope, they just fucking fly after the cargo right afterwards. Like, why didn't you do that before they drove off then? You could have found out that they were bad guys beforehand. But no, it's like,
there's a hostage or something. I think that's what the justification was, because I'm like, Yeah, I mean, like, look, I get that you don't want to sit there and like you want to figure out where they're going. I think what it was, they wanted to follow them, and because originally what it was is they wanted to follow them, so they weren't trying to be stealthy. So when the Winter Soldier kind of jumps on there and he sneaks in without anyone realizing it, he's able to get in really, really well. But then the thing is, oh, I'm going to save the hostage. Turns out that's not a hostage; it's a leader, and that's where the big fight happens. So it's like they were being stealthy. It's just they were in over their heads because they're like we had no idea that the hostage there because like, oh, we'll get the hostage, you will, she'll jump to Falcon will fly off, put her somewhere safe, and we keep following them. That was the original plan. But then it's like, oh, she punches them out and has a pretty well done fight.
That was a really good fight.
It's very creative. Yeah,
that was really cool. And by the way, I thought that was legitimately shocking, like as well as interesting because, they don't make a huge deal out the fact that she's a girl. I thought like they're gonna be like, hey, that little girl
she's a kid too, yeah.
Yeah, they didn't really focus on that. I'm like, wow, good job. Like, you guys didn't do that. I did not expect that. But also, too, it's like, we take her seriously as a threat, and she won the little fight that they had with, it was like 4 fucking guys versus her and like 2 other henchmen. But the thing is, as we get to know more, oh, thank you, I am Obi-Wan. I've seen you in the Double Toasted chat before. Thank you for following us over here on Twitch. Really appreciate that. But no, like, as we find out more about her and everything, too, I like that, this is going to be a bad sentence. I like that she's a victim. But no, it's like, when they go back and they find their little, like, refuge to kind of hang out and shit, you find out that, like, there's someone above her chasing her and find out what the fuck she's doing. I'm like, dude, now you're alluding to something bigger than this, and now I'm interested for the next episode. Like, this could actually be pretty fucking cool. You know what I mean? So I thought that was cool. I don't know if you feel like, okay, now we're adding too many layers, blah, blah, but what'd you feel about the fact that someone's chasing her, apparently?
It makes it's interesting. I feel like it's like these guys aren't the quote unquote bad guys. Well, we want to get rid of borders and want people to treat like people, and it's like they care more about the people that came than the people that stayed. I'm like, yeah, they're pretty much not the overt bad guys. They're the sympathetic bad guys. They're on the wrong side of the law, but they're sympathetic. So there needs to be an overt evil because you always need to have that overt evil bad guy. Because you again, there's something that kind of I don't say it bothers me with it bothers me with movies where you can never have overt evil. You always have to have sympathetic evil can never be the actual villain. It always has to be overt evil. So every bad guy has to be like a child-killing, wife-beating racist. That's how villains are supposed to be. Because you can't have somebody that might actually be construed as being right, because then the audience is split of like, hey, how come Falcon's punching guys that are fighting for the freedom of their country, and aren't they good guys? No. Yeah, this guy has to have a nuke or some stupid shit.
Yeah. No, I felt the same way in that sense too, but at the same time, it's like, okay, I know that they're probably going to go big with this in general. That's actually one thing we forgot to bring up in the Suicide Squad thing, but like, they got some big-ass starfish as the monster. I'm like, that's fucking stupid. But like, I'm looking at something like this too, and I'm like, I know there's going to be some big baddie at the end. It's like a fucking video game again, boss after boss after boss. So yeah, I wonder where that's going to go to, and I don't like sympathetic evil. Sometimes it's cool, like with Killmonger, as Ruth said in the chat.
Okay, so Lurko and Ruthless Attila Khan brought up 2 things: Thanos and Killmonger, and the MCU did the exact same thing to both those villains. Because in Endgame, Thanos goes, "Oh, I was wrong about the balance. I will shred this universe down to the last atom." And it's like, okay, well now he's overtly evil, so the Avengers are right to kill him. What does Killmonger do? Well, he wants to, have his people rise up from the depths of oppression and become, who they're meant to be. But then we also have to add a line about killing women and children because he needs to be overtly evil.
Yeah.
You have to have that line, because if you don't put that line in there, it's like, wait, is Black Panther trying to stop somebody from uplifting black people? What? It's like, no. Remember, he kills women and children, so he's bad. It's like, really?
Yeah. But no, I will say though, like, I've said this since 2018, dude. I think he's one of the best villains in a while, and I think that's a character that's so well done, so well written, that you can easily convert them into anti-hero. I don't think he's dead, by the way. I think that Killmonger is gonna be in Black Panther 2 and Black Panther 3 and blah blah blah. It's gonna be fucking great.
Maybe.
But who knows? But yeah, dude, I mean, to wrap this up, I guess, because there's not too much more here. I mean, there's a couple small things I want to bring up, like, for instance, I was afraid they're going to do this, but they didn't do it too much. I just hope it doesn't happen more, but, like, and I might irritate some people, but, cops are involved.
Oh, yeah.
That
made me mad.
Yeah, because, like, the thing is, like, they walk up. So before that, it's actually even more interesting, but, like, he finds out that there's been this older black guy who was in the war back in the day with, like, the original Captain America and stuff, and Steve Rogers did not know of this guy's existence. Yeah. But they put him in jail, and they were torturing him and putting him through all these testings and everything, and that's actually a pretty interesting concept. I like that. and the fact that he's still kind of like, I think he still has his powers. Like there's shit that he
because he was because basically what happened is at the end of the Second World War, that's when Steve Rogers, Chris Evans, he goes into the water, and because again earlier in the movie, the scientist that created the super soldier serum died. So they're like, well, fuck, man, we got to recreate this. And they got decently close with Isaiah. So they sent him on missions, doing all sorts of shit. And then Hydra's like, well, fuck that guy. We got to fuck him up. But then it's like, these guys are like, well, you're not useful anymore, but we're going to keep, like, essentially, like, taking your blood and torturing you because we want to make more soldiers like you. So we're going to exploit you and put you in jail for 30 fucking years.
Yeah. And for me, it's like, okay, with all the stuff that happened last year and just the shit that's been happening, like, people keep saying, 2020, the year where the black issues was a problem. It's like, no, like, kind of like
what?
the whole fucking time. Yeah. No, because, like, the thing is, like, people always bring up, like, just the guy who had the cop's knee in his back. But, like, 2 years before, Philando Castile, I mean, do we forget the LA stuff that happened in 1991? It's like, there's a lot of shit that's been going on, but it's just because trends, last year matters, but nothing else, fuck it. It's like, annoying society.
Last year wasn't the first time. Last year was the fucking boiling over point. Like, it's just been happening
probably
for,
the fourth
like,
or fifth
year.
boiling point, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
But the thing is, though, is like in this show, with everything that happened last year, you would think, okay, well, they probably filmed this right before last year, or maybe during it, or whatever. And yet, like, the cops come up, and it's so surface level and so lazy. It's just like, hey, sir, you stop right now. And then he's like, hey, no, I'm not going to listen to them. Blah, blah, blah. We're not doing anything. We're just walking down the street. Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, for one, it don't really work like that. And also, too, it's like, you think it really mattered that much if we just say, no, I'm Avengers. Oh, okay. In real life, they would have probably fucking asked more questions. They wouldn't be care if you're an Avenger. You're a black dude in the fucking street. You think they give a shit that you're not an Avenger?
Well, I actually like that scene because Bruce the chat's asking, do you think he's heavy-handed? No, it should have been more. It should have been way more of it because they're walking down the street and the cops see an angry black man yelling at a white guy. They're like, "White man, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, because that shit literally happens all the fucking time. Look at any of the fucking footage of any police officer stopping random fucking people. But hey, you're a celebrity. I apologize. You're actually worth me being nicer to you. White man, it's okay. You have a warrant. Is it okay? Can you come with us?" It's like, yeah, that's how they treat the stark difference. And I'm like, they should have done it more. But it's like, well, it's fucking Disney, so we can only do so much before some investor's going to be pissed off. But the fact that they didn't get away with as much, I'm like, good, like straight up good. Like they should have done it way fucking more.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like, if you're gonna do it way more. Don't do some like PG version of it. Like, do it. Like, come on. Like, seriously. Like, if you got the balls to kind of do it, like, let's go a little bit further. Like,
again, some white investor is gonna be like, man, cops would never do that. They should have. The cops are always the nicest people. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah. So I feel like that was a bad thing. And by the way, it's like, once again, I don't know if they're gonna get more involved with the cop situation here. I think that the not Daredevil, but the Marvel Netflix shows kind of handle that stuff a tiny bit better, especially with Punisher, which is funny. Like, it's worked really good for white Punisher, but like, never happens on the black show. But the thing is, though, it's like, with all this stuff actually being said, though, I just think that, like, and I said this a long time ago, please, Falcon and Winter Soldier, this silly show with the dude who flies with Falcon wings and all this shit, don't bring up, black abuse or cop abuse or whatever, because it's like, dude, like, you're silly shit. You're doing it to service to what really happens, and some of your fans, some of the people who watch this, like Soul Mighty in chat, has actually been through this shit in real life, and it's not some cartoony, goofy comic book horse shit that you're playing on screen. So don't just take a piece of his shit and then put it in your movie or your show and be like, hey, like, here's this whole fucking we're gonna talk about it, guys. No, you're not. You don't know. None of you motherfucking writers who write the show know anything about police brutality. You know what I mean?
But at the end of the day, it's like obviously there's only so much they can go. They're not trying to do Detroit as a Disney Plus series, but I'm at least glad that they're putting at least the attempt. It's like, yeah, it doesn't matter. This guy saved the universe. All the cops are going to see is the skin color next to the literal murderer beside him. Like, and I'm like, that's again, I want to see more of it, but it's like, this was done to me. It's like, again, I've luckily never dealt with any of this shit ever. I've had friends that dealt with some similar stuff, but it's like, so I don't know if someone that's literally dealt with this, how that would feel, if that came across as disrespectful or not. But at the end of the day, it's like, we're always so used to seeing this, like in Spider-Man movies and games do that, where it's like, oh yeah, the cops are always joining up with Spider-Man, having a good time with them. And it's like, this situation where it's like, yeah, what's it like on the other side when you're not the fucking biggest hero in the world, where you're just a man walking down the street next to a white man, and it's like you're being immediately judged of like, because again, he's upset. Like right now, it's like, yeah, you're like, oh, well, why did you yell at the cop? It's like, well, he was also extremely upset prior, so he's like, look, man, I'm just not in the mood.
And also episode 1, he's dealing with, once again, people treating him and his family like shit because possibly they're black, and he's like, oh, well, I can't give you guys a loan because so many things have happened, and by the way, I'm not willing to help. But can you take a picture with me? Can you do the whole dog and pony routine?
Exploit you, but not help you?
Yeah, it's like well, he's doing it. He's dealing with it again. And then, by the way, the cops yet again. Oh, but you're a celebrity, so I guess I'll just kiss your ass now, because a black guy is only important if he's famous or on a sports team or a hero. That's like, this is fucked up, man. And that's cool that they touched on it, I guess. But like, then really touch on it, because this should not count as touching on it. This should count as them taking advantage of the situation, because
I understand what you mean, but I think the fact that it's been 2 episodes and they brought it up twice in 2 different ways, because you have the soldier. Essentially, the first episode was soldiers. Nobody gives a shit about soldiers unless you're shooting people like that look like me. But then the other one is nobody cares about the minorities unless they're Avengers. So it's like they have 2 episodes where it's like, yeah, it's not one giant sequence like we're watching Detroit, but they brought it up in the 2 episodes they have. They brought it up in 2 different ways, and both of them were really well done.
Yeah. But no, hopefully it gets, maybe they're going for a pattern here where like every episode's going to have a moment like that. Maybe like in episode 6, be like, I've had enough of this shit. That might be kind of cool. Maybe he'll even talk to the therapist of Bucky and kind of get that through. But, yeah, guys.
The worst therapist ever.
Yeah, she's effective. I'm gonna be honest.
No, she isn't. She's in fact not effective at all. She does not help them at all in any way, shape, or form, and just treats them like shit.
But I will say though, other than the things that we've already talked about, because we could have talked more about certain things and gave our our ideas of what may happen soon, etc. But I want to leave a lot out there for you guys to still enjoy when you watch the show for yourself. But my rating is basically a 2 out of 5. It's not an egregious, hey, fuck you, type of show or rating. But damn, man, I think that like, if you missed this episode, you seriously only need that 3-minute recap next week to be fully up to speed, because this was unnecessarily paced at what I felt was a bit of a slog. If you're going to have that much dialogue and give us some characters, whatever, like, why don't you move the goalpost a little bit with all these other storylines? Like, there's some shit here that was wasted. Like, once again, it's funny because everyone's like wanting to talk about editing after the Zack Snyder cut or whatever, but it's like, dude, watching this, I'm like, dude, if I were in here, I could easily shave off about 11 minutes that literally moved nothing along. Literally nothing. And it's a kind of a shame, because honestly, there's a really good show in here, to be honest. And I don't want to judge like I did with WandaVision, because I was very wrong about what I thought about WandaVision originally. So I'm giving this more of a shot. And I can see this becoming really fucking good. Like really, really, really good. But I'm not feeling it right now, man. 2 out of 5 for me. It's a little bit below average in my opinion. But what are your thoughts?
To me, this is about a 3 out of 5, only because the comedy really bugged me. Like, Winter Soldier to me is one of my favorite characters in the MCU, because they always treated him with such gravitas and such seriousness. Even though the MCU can be a lot of comedic stuff, they always managed to make sure when they're dealing with the Winter Soldier that they treated it with like a level of gravitas that was appreciated, especially in Civil War, where it's like every time he shows up, he is like, it is important that you understand that this guy is not necessarily a bad person, but this guy's done bad things. And in this episode, especially the first episode, showed that perfectly. Where it's like, yeah, this guy's haunted by his actions. He's trying his best to be a good person, but he is essentially failing at it because it's hard for him to do that with all the stuff that he still knows. The second episode, you're turning him into kind of a cartoon, and the way Falcon's treating him, it's like a joking. It's like watching Rush Hour. And like in Rush Hour, they kind of liked each other. In this, they're not supposed to like each other.
The buddy cop.
But shit. It's buddy cop shit. But I like what they did with Captain America. I like that they gave more of a backstory. I legitimately thought that he was going to get shot in the head, like randomly in this episode, like just died. I'm like, holy shit. But as far as like the progression of all the characters, I liked where it was going. It wasn't as good as episode 1, but it wasn't like a complete loss. It's one of those things where it's like, I hope this doesn't become generic. Hey, there's big bad guys over there. Oh, don't worry, we'll be friends at the end of it because we fought next to each other. It's like, no, like do what WandaVision did and scale back the basic plot to do more progression of acclimating to society, but also keeping the punch people in the face plot. Because the thing about comic books is when you had the golden age of comic back in the day, you had the whole good guy, bad guy, punch until they're dead event comic. But then eventually people were like, let's do different stories. That's when the Silver Age came up and got all the weirder interpretations. We're starting to see that where it's like it's on television, we can tell more of a focused story. I hope that it's a situation where it's like the sympathetic bad guys are like, I want to see their story. I want to know what the show's going to do with that.
Yeah, let's see. Someone's following. Yeah. No, I know. Thank you for the follow, by the way. And Gary, yeah, dude, I can't do it in the middle of a fucking conversation, psycho. Like, what the fuck do you think I'm doing here? But no, I literally have it. I'm literally about to show it like this second. But God, I just love that fucking like everyone's a Karen on the internet, man. I gotta tell you. I want it now. Anyways,
where's your manager?
Where's your fucking manners? But no. Anyways. This is it right here, and really quick, so, of course, I've hit the fucking wrong button. I'm going to show you the tab so you guys can actually hear it too, Mr. Alan Shakazine. If I can even find it. Let me see. God damn.
Well, it might, you might be careful, because I don't know what music he's playing, but it might get us copyrighted.
Yeah, it's about 40 seconds. We'll see. You're just trying to make this not happen, huh?
No, I just listened to it. I want to make sure it wasn't some weird shit.
Okay, well, let's see, guys. First, thank you so fucking much.
Let's get this party started.
It looks like a Wednesday morning at a strip.
That's so fucking stupid. That's so dumb. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, thank you, sir. Let me see. I'm going to try to stop presenting now because this shit's all fucked over here. Can you still hear me, Alan?
Hey, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you too. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. This thing is weird to show people the screen too, because if I'm just laughing to myself and then, you know, Alan and Roxy gonna be like, yeah, this is fine. I wish I was on the podcast. Fucking Nick over here just yelling and shit. But yeah, Ryan saying locomotion. Yes, absolutely. Come on, baby, do the locomotion. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Mauricio,
just move your ass, basically.
Yeah, Marissa saying you're gonna play Call of Duty on or off stream. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and do this off stream. I was gonna play it on, but it's been a long show and everything too, and I don't want to like overstay our welcome because you guys have supported us so much. I don't want to be like, hey, let's take advantage of everyone being raided over here. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for helping us out as much as you guys could and just being here and everything. Tomorrow, I don't know what's gonna happen. What up, son, man? I'm gonna be honest. I have no fucking idea. Corey's gonna have to go look for a studio and all this other shit. So there might not be a pre-show unless you guys want us to, and if you guys do, we can come over here and talk about Invincible and some other things. Ain't that right, Alan?
Oh yeah. We could. There's a bunch of stuff we have to review.
Yeah, dude. So many things of that nature, guys. It's gonna be some cool shit tomorrow. I might even play some Call of Duty. We'll see. But with all that stuff being said, though, Alan, why don't you tell me where to find you over there on that, that thing?
Alright then. So if you want to follow me, the Moobus should send my shit up at some point. Follow me on Facebook. You will see notifications for the Metropolis. The Metropolis is where we do all sorts of other stuff. The Illuminati podcast. We did an episode that should be up in a couple of days. Nunez did their episode today, so it's already up there, so be sure to check that out. Follow me on Twitter, where I'm currently in a gigantic Twitter beef with a bunch of freaking propaganda guys, because fuck 6 Days in Fallujah, and that game is incredibly fucking offensive, so that fight's continuing on. But be sure to check me out there if you're just curious for any of my other opinions.
Dude, I'm so curious to see that fight. I'm literally going to go to your Twitter right now and check that shit out.
It's still going on. It's been going on for over a day. For people that don't know what the fuck's going on, there's a game called 6 Days in Fallujah, which is essentially telling the story of the Battle of Fallujah during the Iraq War, in which atrocities, they literally say alleged in the fucking article, but the alleged use of white phosphorus and depleted uranium rounds during the fight, even though we see that shit on footage, and they did investigations and shit, but they're basically doing it from the point of view of the Marines to put sympathy on them during the battle. Not the the hundreds of fucking civilians that had dealt with white phosphorus fucking burns and were completely like destroyed and their entire culture never fucking recovered. But we gotta sympathize the fucking white colonizers.
Oh yeah, to the point where they even interview the guys, because I watched the gameplay of that, and they have these interviews that are like, oh yeah, it's so bad over there. We were victims and we had to go through this. I'm like, do you guys know that nowadays with social media and everything, like, there's other perspectives that people can get. Like, what are you doing? So, yeah, it was just kind of strange how they're handling the American thing. I mean, that's just a thing that's just done any place in the desert or outside of the, American fucking whatever. It's like, yeah, disrespect all over the goddamn place, dude.
Well, at the end of the day, it's like when you're playing a COD game, COD, it's like, well, a lot of times it's very, very fictionalized. Like, World War II, it's like, oh, we're going to specifically do that, but it's like, oh, the good thing the Germans are overtly evil, which means we can do whatever the fuck we want in those games. But when you're dealing with modern warfare, specifically like the modern conflicts, and you're just like, oh, we're gonna do this Middle Eastern place. We're not gonna give it a name because we don't want to, do direct ties. But when you have literally, it's Fallujah. It's literally 6 days of Fallujah. That's what the fucking battle was. That's where it was. That's how it happened. You're literally taking the exact event. It'd be the equivalent of, hey guys, I'm making a video game about the LA riots, and you play as the cops.
Yeah.
Like, imagine that. Literally imagine that.
Yeah, man. No, it's very it's frustrating, man. I hate that, like, you're even involved in a situation like that, because I'm trying to think, like, okay, what's the argument then? Like, is someone telling you you're wrong about your
Yes.
not sensitivity, but like how you feel? It's like, I hate people do that shit. Like,
Literally.
you're wrong about how this affects you emotionally. It's like, motherfucker, that's not how this works. I feel the way I do, asshole. Like, but anyways, but aside from that, guys, we're gonna get the fuck out of here. I know we got like all deep at the end there, but yeah. Crazy though, guys. Don't play the fucking game. It's probably gonna suck anyways.
Oh, it looks like trash! Oh my god, the gameplay is fucking terrible. It looks like a fucking shitty Arma Day 3 fucking like mod that they just made a game. They're just selling on the controversy. This is hatred all over again.
Anyways, guys, Mars Girl. We're gonna raid Mars Girl. She better be cool. She better follow us back, goddamn Ryan. I'm sick of clicking on the shit. When you don't follow back, tell them to do so. Please. I'm trying to help it back. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. This is not happening. Boom. That's the outro video. I should have put that up like while I was literally outroing. The raid.
Yeah, that might have helped.
Yeah, it really would have. But 3, 2, 1. The raid has now commenced. Goodbye. And thank you to Jojo Cat. Thank you so much, everybody. You guys are the shit. And stay toasty. Boom.